my god. It's so weird. We're actually back. Is it streaming time already? Hi, welcome. What's up? How are you? What's going on? It's been a while. It feels so strange. How are you doing? How have you been? Feels like forever. What the heck? What's up? Yeah! Hi Teal. Hi Danny. Hey everybody. How's it going? How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope that you've had a good week without me. I hope it wasn't too bad. But yeah, what's up? How have you been? What have you been up to? I know I was on vacation for a bit there, so I feel like I've missed out maybe on some stuff, you know? I'm so glad to see everyone here though. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, welcome. I'll give people time to kind of trickle in, I know, since people aren't probably used to having to see if I'm actually streaming or not. What's up though? I'm excited. I'm gonna be honest, I was on vacation, but like it was a little bit strange. It was strange not kind of like, I guess, having stuff to do, I guess, you know? Like, it's weird not working on stuff or like not doing stream stuff for a week. Like it's kind of odd, honestly, compared to what I'm used to. So yeah, it's a little weird. And I've got VTube Studio up again, and it's just, I don't know. I'm excited though. I hope people have been doing well. I've been working. Let's go. I hope it's been going well. Haven't been up much, but I caught a couple of new manga today. Let's go! Yeah! Let's go! New manga! I hope that you enjoy them. So yeah, no, welcome back. Oh, there's stream elements. Okay. Yeah, and also don't mind if you see that there was another like 20 something second opening of the stream. Don't worry about that. I basically forgot that literally while I was on vacation at one point, my entire audio setup like completely died. And like it got messed up and everything, so I had to reset it and like make sure it was working. But because I haven't opened Streamlabs in so long, I actually didn't what do you call it? I didn't actually reset it on here, so I started stream and like launched up my like, you know, music, and I was like, oh yeah, we're ready to go. And then like I realized that every single audio bar was completely blank and nothing was happening, and I was like, uh-oh. That's not good. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. So I had to restart stream and fix that real quick. I don't know though. It's weird. I'm back. I'm probably gonna say that quite a bit in the very beginning. Yeah, I don't know. I was almost a little bit curious about how the first stream back was gonna go. I didn't even know what I wanted to do for it, because I didn't know if I wanted to like just play a game, like ease my way back into things, or what. But I decided that we'd chat, we'd chill. So you know, but we do that to be honest, we do that every stream nowadays. So I don't know, maybe it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, no, I don't know. I had a very lazy staycation type deal, you know? The type of vacation you take when you don't have a lot of money to spend, but you know, you're still going on vacation. So that was my vacation. I did a lot of things, mostly like around the house. I didn't really go out very much or like go to a lot of places, but that's okay. I don't think that's necessary for enjoying yourself on a nice, relaxing vacation. Sometimes it's nice to just be able to, you know, like hang out at home and not have anything to worry about. But in my case, it was actually really confusing, because that first day or two, I remember some people in the Discord might remember, I had some people trying to tell me that I shouldn't work on anything. So it was a little bit weird on those first couple of days when I was sitting there. I'm like, all right, I got all this free time. I'm not streaming, time to sit down and work. And I'm like, wait, hold on. maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. So, but it was a little bit interesting. I had so much free time in the day. But I do, here's one thing, actually, oddly enough. over vacation of all things, I think my sleep schedule has gotten a lot better, and I know I've thought about that before and it's been like a subject, and usually like everyone's thing is they're constantly trying to fix it and it always gets messed up, but for a little bit at least, I hope it stays this way, because it actually means that I can hopefully stream earlier for like times like this. Because I don't think we've ever done a stream, like a normal stream this early before. So I'm hoping that works well for some people. Hopefully it's not too late and, isn't like a huge inconvenience or like you're about to go to bed. So I'm hoping that people this will work well for other people, because I want to try and do this more often. Plus, like, I don't know, it opens the door. It opens the door to so many possibilities, chat. We're able to stream earlier, get to hang out at different times and whatnot, maybe do stuff after streams in the future. I don't think I'm going to be doing any after stream stuff this week because I'm just easing into things, like I said. But next week, if we have more like early streams, maybe hopefully we can do like movie night stuff or things in the Discord, like gaming and stuff afterwards, if I have time or am available. So it's like 6 p.m. I got home. Yeah, it's nice to be able to sit here and chill. I'm glad. Hopefully that's a lot better. So I am hopeful that I can keep it that way, and maybe, just maybe, I can stream 1 hour earlier. Maybe I can test doing a stream at 12. I don't think I would do any earlier than 12, but 12 and 1 are like, for what it is for me right now, those are times that I want to keep messing around with and see if that kind of works for people and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope that you're all doing well. I'm excited. There's so many things happening this week. Of course, the week coming back, there's so many interesting and like fun stuff to do, and like new games and all this other stuff that we'll talk about. But yeah, no. I feel like I don't have a ton of like stories to tell about vacation, obviously, because I didn't go anywhere. I didn't leave. I was still here, so I just wasn't very active on anything, which is kind of nice in its own to its own degree. But I'd missed the beginning by 5, but 5 sounds good too. Yeah. I just have to see. I'd have to play around with stuff to see what works best for people. If this one works really well, then I'll try and do this more often. Maybe I can do like 2 streams out of the week at this time. But no, I don't have a lot of stories to tell. I feel like I didn't do a ton, honestly. Like I said, mostly what I did was I got back into Minecraft recently because I was trying to look around for things to do. And it turns out that like when I'm not working on projects or if I'm not doing like, stream stuff, I actually, there haven't been a ton of games that I've been super interested in, like messing around with recently. I've kind of had like a what do you call it? Well, I've had one of those like game droughts basically where it's like, I don't really know what I want to play right now. Like you look at your library full of stuff, or alternatively, it can happen with shows or books, or I feel like it happens with just about anything, honestly, where you have this massive collection of things at that point, or just a decently sized one, and you look at it and you're like, man, there's a lot of stuff I could do, but I don't want to do any of that. So I had to figure out what I kind of wanted to do again. So I basically got into that again. I finally found my Switch. Let's go. I'm messing with the new cherry trees. I've been messing with a lot of stuff. I always, when I get back into, here's my problem. I talked about it before with Minecraft. When I get into it, man, it's such a like creative outlet for me that, I haven't really had time to like really sink into it. I luckily didn't go too far down the rabbit hole this time. But I always get really into it. I don't think I've ever played vanilla Minecraft that much because I did that a lot as like a kid. Like when I still had a console and it was like the very basic versions releasing on console, that's when I was playing vanilla. But after that, like once I have a PC and all that stuff, I was like, it's the same feeling I get with Skyrim. I feel like, or at least most people that play Skyrim a lot, I didn't actually get really into that game, but I feel like it's the same thing where people are like, it's modding time. They like, toss on, like one mod or like maybe just two mods, you know, and then it just keeps going. And then I'm just like, you know what, why not just get a mod pack? And I've just been experimenting with mod packs recently, me and Yuki. So we've been looking over different types of mods and stuff, and I think we landed on like medieval MC Minecraft, something like that. I don't know, it's really fun though, so that's been nice. It's been nice to kind of just like chill and like ease into that, especially when I don't have anything else to work on. You know, I feel like it's one of those games where it's a nice game to put on and play when I don't have anything to do that day. Like if I have a free day or like an off day, or if like I'm not working on anything, I don't have to work or like anything like that, you know, no plans, I feel like it's a good game to do that with, because then I can just like fully absorb myself with what I'm doing. I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have to be anywhere or like talk to anyone or like work on a project or so. I can just fully get into something and like spend God knows how many hours. I've had the same feeling with I don't know if I've talked about it before, I think I have, but one of my favorite games actually is a game called Kenshi, and I've talked about it before, I think briefly. And that's the same feeling. I remember when I first got that game was back when I was still, I think I was still in like finishing out college or like in high school, one of the two. I can't remember right off. I think it might have been like finishing high school. And I remember when I got into that game was like right on that cusp of like when you're like on like spring break, you know, and you have like a week to just kind of like hang out or do your thing. I don't know, the time might vary depending on where you are, but I remember just I had about the first 2 days of my spring break where I was like, oh, I can finally play, like, you know, play this game, I don't have anything to do. I became a little gremlin, you know, sitting at my desk, just like playing for hours and hours and hours. A little bit to a concerning degree where it's like, I know the sun rose when I woke up and I saw it, but now it's gone the second I look over. I look out my window and now it's suddenly dark. What's up, Soma? Welcome back. Thank you. I appreciate it. How have you been? How are you? Thank you for welcoming me back. I appreciate it. I'm doing good though. I'm happy to be back. It's a good feeling. It's nice. But yeah, hi. I don't know. I was surprised on VP. I forgot. Yeah, of course. But no, I don't know. I feel like mostly because it was staycation, I mostly just used that time to kind of do nothing. Immerse myself in not really doing a ton of stuff. I worked on, I think the only like really super productive thing that I kind of did on my vacation was I did a lot more art, which is what we're doing today, which is what I'm excited about because I have secrets, I have surprises, I have things. I got one new thing. I spoiled myself a little bit with one inexpensive thing recently for art stuff because I just kind of wanted it. I don't really have a good reason. I don't need it, but I wanted it, and it's really nice. Secrets, yes, secrets. But I've been working on my art stuff, and it's been really, really fun. Like taking like 3 hours or more, you know, it was like spread out throughout the day and just like kind of sketching and working on stuff, like having a whole day to, you know, just take it at my own pace and like do my redlining and stuff, which I do to mostly learn. So I mean, I knew OC while you was gone, but they're hard to draw. All characters are hard to draw for me. My OC is hard for me to draw, so I don't draw me. I can't do fan art of myself. Maybe in the future when I'm better. I don't know why. My character presents like a massive challenge for my brain for some reason. But I want to see. I just have a hard OC. I can't even draw myself. Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot. Where like, you know, you come up with a character and you're like, oh my god, I can't stand to draw, and then everyone else, you know, they're just like, this comes easy. My OCs are easy to draw because I draw them a lot. I think the biggest problem for me, and I can feel it. Like I can feel. I think a lot of times when it comes to like art stuff in the past, it's really hard for me to notice, and I think this applies to a lot of things, but it's really hard for me to notice like my own self-improvement. But I do think I'm getting better, because I think I can see it. when I like when I've been drawing and stuff, it feels a lot easier. Like drawing digitally at first, man, I couldn't even draw a circle, like a small one, even if I tried. And now I actually can. So it feels a lot smoother and easier to work with. And I don't know if that's just because I've been doing it more, or if like there's some magic thing that happened. I'm not sure. But it does feel a lot easier, I think, to work on. And I feel like the only thing now that I kind of need to do is be consistent with it so that I can kind of keep improving. Another thing that's really helpful for me was being able to, what do you call it? To I don't remember the word. That's what I meant. Like practicing styles that I kind of like, that are interesting and like unique, and I don't have like a fear of messing up. I don't know why, but like every time I try to draw like a traditional like anime-esque style that like maybe I like saw and I was like, oh, I really want to try that, or like anything with semi-realism, anytime I try and do anything like that, there's always this like massive pressure for some reason where like if one detail doesn't look quite right, I always get super like bummed out about it, and I'm like, oh my god, his eyeballs don't look correct. and I'll keep trying to do it over and over, and it just kind of like irks me after a while, and I don't want to work on it. But for some reason, working on the styles that I have been working on recently, which are very odd and unique in their own ways, I don't know a better way to describe them, like the skull that we worked on, it's very relaxing. Like it almost feels like half the time whenever I make a mistake, quote unquote, I kind of like look at it and it's not either one of two things. It's not that bad to fix it, one, or two, it actually looks like fine or like good, like there's like when you're drawing a weird, like on the last art stream we did, when you're drawing a weird messed up voodoo skull thing from a piece of basically fan art, it's not, when one of the eyes doesn't look quite like lined up with the other one, it actually looks really good in my opinion. It looks purposeful as opposed to like really weird or like you didn't measure properly. Yeah, I feel that because you practice and are gifted. I wouldn't say I'm gifted at art. I would say I'm quite bad at art most of the time, but I've just done a lot of art. I feel like anyone can be good at anything really if you just do it a lot, and I've had a lot of time to practice in other mediums. I think drawing is just kind of a new thing for me. I used to draw a lot when I was younger, but I basically allowed other people's criticisms to like push me out of it, and I didn't want to do it anymore. And so I did other stuff eventually when I started getting back into art. I painted miniatures a lot, and what do you call it? When I was painting miniature stuff, I think that was like a good time for me to learn like other things that I can now kind of apply, I guess. Like steady hand type stuff, or just like, I don't know. I one thing that I've realized, and I don't know that this will ever change, but one thing I have realized is that I work really slow. I usually don't work very quickly. I'm not like a quick, like, 10 minutes and my sketch is done. It takes me a bit because most of the time I'm not just like sketching, I'm kind of drawing as well, which I know is not the point, and that's probably something I need to improve or work on. But like, I think it just comes from the fact that like when I worked on miniature painting and stuff for like a hobby, it was really, really fun to like take my time with every little individual like guy, I don't know, like you're not necessarily supposed to, and half the time people are like, that's not even like anyone important, that's just like one random little dude, and I'm like, but I paid money for him, so I'm gonna paint him like he's the greatest person of all time. I'm gonna spend probably 4 hours working on this one little guy. It'll take me an eternity to get all of them done whenever I'd get like a pack that had more than one. But yeah, these books are kind of weird and trash. What books? I used to have loads of those. Oh, manga drawing books. Oh, those. So the anime style ain't too hard. I feel like I feel like it's really hard to kind of clump it all together. Yeah, manga drawing books. Yeah. I mean, I have one as well that got me back into things, but it's very unique in my opinion. It's like a cutesy kind of mix. I use it for referencing on certain things, and I still like it a lot. It's not traditional anime style though. It's like a mixture of I don't know. It's not chibi, but it's like that. It's like that in between. If you've ever seen any of my other characters that I was doing before, like recently, they're mostly inspired by that style, where they're kind of in that in between of like not fully like I would say your usual anime, but not chibi. They're just kind of cutesy little guys. So, I think that was a good learning point though. I have 6 and I never use them because I can't work with those. I mean, I think here's my thing. I think that the biggest thing that you could get that like I think here's one thing I learned when it came to like learning something is like I feel like it comes down to how you approach it, right? When it comes to like art stuff, I feel like, and I'm not an expert, so don't take my word on anything, okay? I'm not an artist and I don't do anything professionally, right? I basically only take information from other people that are experts or like professionals or whatever you want to say. But I feel like there's a lot of different methods and techniques that can kind of like help to, at least for me, help me to, what do you call it? Like, help me to like learn, I guess. Like one of the biggest things that I learned from, you're an artist, Oren. If you draw, you're an artist. I mean, I would say I'm not a professional artist. That's what I meant. I'm not someone who has like a ton of experience. I don't draw for like a living or anything like that. So, I don't know if that invalidates any of my opinions on stuff anymore. So that's why I'm saying that as like a note. But like I've talked about redlining before, and it's actually kind of like a nice process. I know it's basically tracing, but it's tracing with purpose to some degree, where most of the time I'm doing it to learn. Like I'll do my own sketch and then I'll redline beside it, and I'll basically use my redlining to kind of learn what I can. Like, you know, why do they draw like a face like this? What's the actual shape of it? You know, how are things drawn? And it's really helpful when you have like a very specific style that you want to learn from. If you're like, well, I really love how they draw such and such detail, well, I usually will take a piece and I'll try to like something easy, not something too complex, something that has like a lot of like bits that I can learn from. Like if I like faces a lot, I want a face that's very non-obscure, not like a lot of like clothing in the way, you know, just like things that are very easy to learn from. And I'll usually take those and redline them and like redline specific details so that I can like kind of see like, oh, this is how a nose is drawn, or like, oh, this is how they drew like their facial shape so that it looks like that. Okay, I see now. And then I'll kind of try to like sketch it off to the side on my own. So I use that to help me with poses and basic anatomy. Yeah, okay, so that's another thing. Like pose, like if you want to find a book that actually is helpful, in my opinion, or if you don't want to buy a book but you have like digital software, I feel like in book form you should always get a pose book, like one that you enjoy. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't just get like any book. Like if you see a book on the shelf and it's just like top 10 one, or like this is how you become a pro, like yeah, like I don't think that matters. I think what really matters, and this is what I did when I got my book, was I only have one book when it comes to art stuff that I still own. And the only reason I got this one is because I looked at the front cover and I was looking at it and I was like, oh my god, these characters are all so cute and charming, and I love how they did like the hair and everything else. And so that was literally the only thing it took for me to buy it. And I flipped through it a little bit and I was like, ooh, this is really like a lot more in depth than I thought it was going to be. Because at first I thought it was just going to literally be like, oh, this is how you draw like this specific character, like page for page, right? But it actually has like information, like detailed explanations of how they do it, and like information on like different types of pencil sketching and like colors and blending and all, like literally way more than I thought there was going to be. So it's been very helpful. I haven't read it fully, but I probably should at some point. But here's my problem, is that I'm also the type of person that kind of just learns by doing, if that makes sense. I don't remember what that's called, but it's usually hard for me. Like I don't usually read a lot of tutorial type stuff because I feel like I don't like I don't retain the information super well. I kind of have to just do it and muck around a little bit, you know. I gotta get my hands dirty, you know, and just kind of see how it goes, and then learn from my mistakes. A hands-on learner, yeah, pretty much. That's how I function, at least. I feel like I have to start doing it, or else I'm not going to pick it up. Like, if you just try to explain something to me, I usually don't retain it. Same for like games and stuff. Whenever like you have a friend who's like really into a game and they're like, okay, let me just like explain all these things to you at once. I'm like, no, just let me play. And if I fail and mess up, then good, because I probably need to. I don't know. There's something about that experience that's very rewarding and helpful. I mean, it can be discouraging at times, but usually not. I mean, there's one thing that's kind of interesting to me that like I never got the handle on. Like the last big, I guess, like purchase or like leap forward that I did when I was still painting miniatures, which I might do again at some point. I don't know. I've got this fear in the back of my head that some of my paint that I had are all going to be like completely rock solid and they're not going to work anymore. Because that actually would happen. Your paint would go bad if you're using like acrylics. Sometimes, not all of them, but some of them would like chunk up and get really hard, like brick hard, and you couldn't do anything with them. So I'm a little bit nervous that if I pop the cap off one of them, like a little like, you know, paint thing and try to like, you know, squeeze it out or something, it's just gonna be nothing. It's gonna be not like unworkable. I'm a little bit nervous about that. But the one thing that I did do, like purchase wise, that I bought an airbrush actually at one point, and that was like, I had wanted one for a while, but it doesn't happen to my paint. I think that's why I said some acrylic, because it doesn't happen to all acrylic paints. It happens to some. I think it's brand specific. There's some paints that I have specifically for like miniature type stuff, and they do that. I don't know why. So I don't know the science of the paint. All right. I don't know. That's just, some of mine have done that. And I've had to like literally have someone either fix it if it's not too far gone, or alternatively throw it out and get a new one, but they're expensive. So I don't like doing that. The only thing I know is definitely not messed up are my oil paints. I have a set of like really expensive oil paints, not really expensive, but like $40 expensive, which is still a lot, but they're pretty good. And I know those are good. But I got an airbrush, and I literally got it because I watched someone I was on the cusp of like a project. I had gotten some free like stuff from someone at one point because I didn't want it. And I remember like looking up like, oh God, how am I going to paint this? How do I want to do it? Because when you're like, it's very different from drawing, where like with drawing, you have to do everything. You have to think of like, oh, what am I going to sketch? What am I going to, you know, like pose and all that stuff. And then you're like, oh, well, how am I going to render it? You know, but when it comes to like painting, most of the time, unless you're like, I guess, messing with the base model, like if you're just painting the as it comes, you know, then at that point, it's really just like, okay, how do I want to paint it? And then like, how do I want to do everything else, you know? How do I want to do the process, basically? And it can be more relaxing that way because there's not as many steps. But I watched someone do airbrushing, which if you've never seen, it's kind of, I guess, like spray paint is like, for anyone who's like completely unfamiliar. If you've ever seen like almost like, I don't know how to describe them. They're like almost like little tiny thin paint guns, you know, and you can adjust the pressure, the nozzle, all types of stuff. You can really kit them out to do different things. And, you know, like have them do, like they work differently with different paints, and it's a lot. It honestly, it's like a lot for me at least. But they're really, really useful for like, whenever you do like really soft blending and stuff of colors and like really lightening up one spot, and it looks, people that are really good with airbrushes make it look very natural, and it's very satisfying. But I never got good at it, and I legitimately almost ruined my airbrush the freaking day I got it, because I was trying to like test a bunch of stuff, and I almost like completely broke the thing when I had to take it apart apart basically to clean it because I clogged it with like paint. So I was very nervous, and I think after that day of frustration and fear, it kind of like offset me from using it for a while, but I still have it, so that's good. I hate oil paints. I don't know how to use them. And the one time I tried and broke the foil in the tube, loads of oil went everywhere in my hands. That was nasty, and I have a grudge against oil paints. Oil paints are great. This is what I'll say about oil paints. I love oil paints. I love using them, but I don't know how to use oil paints in a traditional sense. Okay. Because, I've never done like traditional painting. I've painted on things, but I feel like that's a very different process, you know? That is a lot more, at least for me, when I did it in personal experience, it's a lot more like base coating, you know, doing your like layering process, knowing about like which colors will build well into others, bunches of stuff like that. It's not the same. To me, at least. I've never done traditional painting, so I don't know if what would carry over. But when I did oil paints, a lot of the times my oil paints that I got were not for painting directly onto something. I basically took a very small amount of oil paint, and what you could do with it is, and I don't know if this applies to paint other stuff, but oil paints are very vibrant. And they have like a very rich color half the time, but they're also very good at staining things because they're oil. So what you could do though is, I don't remember what you used. I think it was like, I don't remember. I'd have to look at it again. But there's a liquid you use that you basically take a small amount of oil paint and you mix in this liquid, which I don't remember what it is, with the oil paint, and you kind of stir it around and you make more of like a wash, almost like it's like got a watery kind of like consistency to it, and from there you can basically use it to coat certain things, and you let that sit and, you know, kind of tint what's under it, and then you can use the same thing from earlier very lightly, and you can kind of like rub it off. And you can get it's very, very satisfying, because obviously you could take colors that are very susceptible to it. So like if you have a white, you know, white can be very easily tinted by other colors. So you could shade a white with like a red oil paint, and it have like this very kind of like cool staining, like almost effect on it. There's a lot of little like things there's also things I wanted to try that I couldn't. On one of my big projects, like looking back on it, you can take, you know, like when there's like little towels that you throw into your dryer, you know, the little dryer sheets that come out, you can take those, and if you really stretch them apart, you know, you can kind of like put it over a surface and then use a spray on top of that, and you can actually get like a marbling effect, like how marble is. And I never got to try that, but I really, really want to. But it's only really worth it, I feel like. And I could be wrong, but I feel like it would only be worth it on like bigger stuff where it's very visible, but maybe not. I don't know. It also might be harder on like smaller stuff, smaller scale things, but I have oil paints, but I haven't really been able to use them much yet. The one thing I dread when I paint is mixing the colors and making sure I have enough. Or you don't, in my experience, I don't know. In my experience, you don't need a lot of oil paint to get a lot of use out of it. Just like a little squeeze, just a little bit. And then if you're watering, that's if you're watering it down though, I guess, you know, I don't know what you use to do that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But when you do that, you can get quite a bit out of it. I used to put mine in paint pots, and then not pots, almost like the little trays, and then I'd water it down a bunch, and then I would use it to do stuff. Fuck is a dryer sheet? Most people here don't even have dryers. Well, then I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. They're just like little tiny like sheets. They're almost like the size of like toilet paper, almost like a toilet paper sheet. But they're like, I don't want to say fabric-y, but that kind of is how it feels. Like if you like tore it apart, it's like almost got this like fabric-esque texture, I guess, or spider. No, that's what it looks like. It looks kind. If you start to tear them apart, it looks kind of like when you would buy like spider webs for Halloween decoration. It kind of looks like that, but like in sheet form, which makes it very easy to use. So yeah, that's that's not my best explanation of it. They're not sticky though, like that type of stuff, but that is the best way I can describe it. That's what they remind me of, at least, I think. So I'm a pencil and paper artist. That's too complicated. I am caveman level. There's nothing wrong with pencil and paper. I feel like a baby wipe, no, because they're not wet. I don't know if baby wipes. I've never torn apart a baby wipe, so I don't really know. Maybe, I don't know. If you have dry baby wipes, you could like rip them up, like, you know, kind of like pull them apart. Maybe it's the same. I don't know though. But no, I feel like if you don't, there's nothing wrong with not having a bunch of tools. Like if you don't have a bunch of like fancy equipment or like a bunch of, you know, like other complicated stuff to work with, I feel like that's not a bad thing, because I feel like really at the end of the day, that just makes you more, it makes you adapt to what you are familiar with. You use like you learn techniques to do things in kind of like maybe inventive or you know, other ways. You know, you learn to get the most out of what you do have, basically. Like if you only work with pencil and paper, that's not a bad thing. You just, you know, you'll learn probably a bunch of things about how to use pencil in ways that it probably, you know, maybe I don't know how to use it. So I have the paint and canvases and other shit. I just don't like using them. Yeah. I think painting is was very relaxing for me, but that was when it was on something that was already pre-made, basically. I didn't have to like paint. I didn't have to basically like paint from scratch. But honestly, like, I don't actually know that I would do like the whole Bob Ross, you know, like only making the scene with paint. I feel like I'm more inclined to sketch normally and then paint like I'm doing a render. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how I would do it. But that's also because I've always wanted to learn how to do like painterly rendering for stuff. And I very rarely actually get to that point in a project because I don't really know. I get lost. I don't know what to do. I lay down some base colors sometimes and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. You know, I'm not very good with shading or lighting or like actually doing that process, I guess. I don't know why. It's very intimidating for me. That's why most of the time I just don't do it. I'm just like, yeah, no, base colors are fine. I think the last thing that I painted and finished was a satyr, and it actually looked okay. I know that we've discussed before that satyrs are actually awful in like myth, right? But I'm gonna be honest, there's still just something. I like my goat people, man. I don't know what it is. I think they're cool. I like that design, I guess, you know, like the hooves and stuff on top of like the human, I guess. Same with centaurs. I like them. I think they're cool. I don't know what, I think my opinion of them is jaded by the fact, or is not jaded, is shaped by the fact that as a kid that like I saw Narnia as a kid, and what's his name, the satyr in that movie. I don't remember the actor. James McAvoy played him. I don't remember the character's name. But him, I always thought he was really cool, and I thought that all the mythical creatures in that was really cool. Why the fuck do you say satyr like that? I don't know. That's just how I heard it, and that's how I learned it. Yeah, how do you say it? Am I doing it wrong? Is that how it's supposed to say? Satyrs are sweet in Greek mythology? I've heard the opposite. I've heard that they're awful. But I don't know. I've heard that they're pretty bad. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. There's a lot of contradictions, I feel like, maybe. I don't know. It's like real life. I'll have to form my own opinion. I say it like satyr. A satyr? I mean, that's cool too. I don't think it really matters. I trust Percy Jackson. Yes, me as well. I'm a big Percy Jackson fan, but only the movie. No, I'm just kidding. I actually think I saw the first Percy Jackson movie they released when I was younger, but I don't think it was very good, and I never saw the sequel. But nah, the booms are good. I think Centaur, or the books are good. There you go. I was about to say, I was very confused, but I've heard the books are good. I mean, here's my thing. I don't think people, if the books were bad and the movies were bad, I don't think as many people would be upset, you know? You don't usually get upset about something if it doesn't have any actual meaning to you. What's up, Rilla? Welcome to stream. welcome. I'm back. Welcome. How are you doing? How's it going? I was talking about earlier, I'm glad I got to stream at this hour because hopefully it allows more people to interact with stream and not, you know, have it be so late. I actually read the books. I never read them, but I never read a lot of like classic book series, you know, to be honest. So I heard Teal. Yes. No, Teal questioned my, we were talking about art and painting, and then what do you call it? Then we talked about a satyr character that someone, an OC that got painted, I guess, and yeah, and then Teal was confused by my pronunciation, so we were talking about that because I say satyr like that, so I don't know if that's correct. That's just how I say it, though. That's how I heard it. It says satyr funny. Don't make fun of me. It's just how I heard it, and I will not change. I need to read them before I read the new Sun and Stars. Yeah, weigh in on this. Weigh in on this. Am I doing it wrong? Have I been wrong my entire life? Surely, true. I can't be the only one. You say it the way I say. Okay, good. I'm not the only one. I'm not insane then. I feel much better now. I feel validated. But no, I don't know. I think I always have trouble, like, it's because they're Brits. Exactly. It's because they're British. Clearly, they got funny ways for all kinds of work. No, I'm just kidding. Always coming out here with their wota and all that stuff, you know? Their roadman slang. Because I say it like satyr. I mean, that's what Teal said, so I'm going to assume it's a regional thing, maybe, you know? It just makes more sense. I like that, though, too. I think that's funny, or not funny, but I looked at, no, I misspoke. I think that's cool, is what I meant to say. I do like it, actually, though, satyr. It still sounds cool. It still sounds cool. I like mine better, but I'm not gonna hold it against you, you know. We can just agree that both are cool, but mine's clearly superior, my version of saying. Yours sounds more elegant, you know? Like satyr sounds like I could, like, I don't know, it sounds elegant to me. It comes off as very, very regal, you know? Yeah, Rilla's gone. Okay, here's the question. I feel like I have to get chat's opinion on this while we're talking about, what do we call it? Half humanoids? I don't know what a better word to like group them all together. Minotaurs, centaurs, satyrs, whatever you want to call them. All of those things from everything. What's the best? What's your favorite, you know, of the mythical half people creatures, you know? I feel like for a while mine was centaurs because they're cool and horses are cool, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. There's something very like awesome, I guess, or like awe-inspiring about like a really badass painted centaur or something in the woods or something like that. Especially, oh my god. I know I'm gonna sound. It reminded me of this, is what I should more so say. But and don't leave when I say this, okay? I know that not everyone likes the game, okay, and that's fine, right? But at the very least, you can admit that some of the art is cool. So I was looking through skins in League of Legends. Don't leave, okay? Don't go anywhere. But there's a character called Hecarim in the game. And if you don't know who Hecarim is, he's basically just a centaur, right? And He's just a cool like spectral centaur guy, but he has a skin in the game. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a forest spirit version of him, right? And I remember it looked really cool because he had like this like wooden kind of like mask, and like that kind of went into like almost like his upper half being still humanoid, but like made out of like branches and vines and all this stuff. And it was really, really cool, actually. I like it. Centaur's bad in Myth. Psh. Who cares if they're bad? I'm talking, look, we're not talking about if they're good or bad in their Myth, just solely from a design perspective, right? Just solely based on how they look. Because I feel like they're all pretty cool other than harpies, which burn in hell. Harpies are awful creatures. I hate them, and I hate looking at them. I like bird people, and I still hate harpies. Harpies deserve no love from me. I would like to think that Teal typed that message as I said that harpies deserve to burn in hell. Sirens are cool. Sirens are cool. Mer people are cool too. Mermaids, mermen, tritons. I don't know what they're called. No, I don't know where all these names come from. Also, I'm gonna be honest. I watched the animated Little Mermaid again recently, and I I have to say, okay, King Triton kind of. Yeah, like he's not my type, but I could see like I'm surprised that no one else has like, you know. I have to say, like, you know, that's a no, no one else. Just me. Yeah, okay. I mean, I mean, it's okay. It's cool. I'll just stay in the back. There's a lot of sus art of him. I shouldn't be surprised, but King Triton swim, but nah. Here's something else I want to talk about. Okay, I'm not gonna get into the whole thing of like Disney remake cash grab bullshit, right? All right, we all can agree that the remake movies are never going to be as good as the original animated ones, and that's not due to a fault of writing or the actors or anything. That's none of their fault, okay? And even if they do a bad job, okay, if that's what you think, but it's not their fault. The reason that they're not going to be as good is simply because there's less that you can usually do with live action than with animation. You're limited in your scope most of the time. So some of the very fantastical things that make those movies very great, you're not going to be able to really kind of get in a live action sense, right? Also, I need to talk about that Rilla because I watched that again, and that's definitely, I forgot how much I love that movie. It's one of my fucking favorites now. Like it's competing for #1. That movie made me cry. Yeah, I don't know how they're doing that though. That makes me a little bit upset. But here's my thing though, right? I have to give it to Melissa McCarthy at least with Ursula, because when I went in, I was looking at the casting and everything. I was like, okay, Ariel's looking, you know, that's a good choice. You know, she's got a beautiful voice. She looks good in like all the like promotional stuff. It's cool. Most of the casting for the human-esque characters are fine, I guess, but I'm gonna be honest, I was worried. Ursula's a cool villain in the original. Like, she's not the most fleshed out, you know, she's not around like a ton because it's not a long movie, but she's good, and for me she's very memorable, and I love her. Like, I don't know, she's very camp and evil, and I love her whole vibe. There's just something about her. Like, the poor unfortunate souls, thanks to both myself and my boyfriend, has been stuck in my head for days. Literally like almost the entire week when I was on vacation. But I have to say this, if you haven't heard it, at the very least you should go check out Melissa McCarthy's version of the song. I don't know that I like it better than, I forget her name, I don't know if I like it better than the original, but it's still very good. I just wanted to put that out there because I listened to it and I was like, you know what, man, that's actually really good. I like that, honestly. Like, good job. So Lizzo almost got the part of Ursula. I don't think that would have went very well. I don't know. Maybe it would have though. I don't know. Here's my thing. I never know until I feel like you never know until it happens, right? Because there's always a chance for something very like like someone will surprise you. So I don't ever put it past someone for casting. I'm always like, I'm sure there's a reason that they're there, you know? And I hope for the best. So, I think I've said this before though, like Melissa McCarthy, I don't know much about her as a person or anything like that. I can't speak on that, but as far as her work goes, okay. I do like her in some dramatic roles a lot more than I like her in a comedic role. I'm not a big fan of her comedy as much. It's not for me, but I do really like some of her like more like serious dramatic roles. I think she's done very well in some of those, honestly. And I'd like to see more of that because I think she's very, very talented in that regard. There's just something about some of those characters. So I hope we get to see more of them. I don't know. I don't know much about her as a person. We won't get into that, but yeah. But no, remaking Lilo and Stitch sounds like it'll go awful. I don't know how you would do that. I don't know. Stitch is so freaking cute, by the way. We watched that as well. And I don't know why, but that movie made me die inside. I cried like a baby at certain points in that movie. It was so like emotional for me. I don't know why. It's such a great film. And that's the weird thing too. There's so many... I feel like when I've been rewatching, like, what do you call it? Like certain old movies like that, I don't really know. I don't know why, but I almost forget how good some of these movies are. And I'm going to be honest, like there's some animated movies that are just like, for me, they're always going to be my favorites. They always hit hard. I like King of Egypt. I watched that again. And I remember watching that movie as a kid a ton, mostly because of like my family and like where I grew up and all that stuff. It was just a movie that like my grandmother liked it even. And she was like, oh yeah, we'll get this on DVD. And I watched it, or not on DVD, on VHS. And I was like, oh, we'll watch it a bunch. So I remember liking it as a kid. And I watched it like 3 or 4 times as a kid. But I'm gonna be honest, when I watched it again, I was like, this movie is really good and really emotional, you know? Like, honestly, I really like it. Lilo and Stitch is surprisingly hilarious and still sad. Ha! Ah! You missed! I don't know how you missed, but you missed! Got him! My tracking for that apparently is off a little bit, so I'll have to adjust that. But what's up? How you doing, Jamie? Welcome, welcome. Meet the Robinsons. I really like that movie. No One Disrespect. I don't remember that movie. I've never... Okay, you didn't miss that time. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. You can hit after your first throw. Fine. I don't remember that movie though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sure I've seen it, but I don't remember anything about it. Also, horror Winnie the Pooh sounds interesting to me. I don't know how I feel about that. Little Mermaid because of Halle. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, look, if you're going to, I feel like there's some that first is always the warm up. What's up, though? Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to stream. Thank you for coming to my my comeback stream. I appreciate it. I'm back from vacation, so. But no, I feel like if you're gonna go, like if you're gonna watch any of the remakes, I feel like it's just a pick and choose. Some of them are more cash grabby than others. Like The Lion King is awful and you shouldn't watch it or waste your time on it. But and I do mean the remake, not the original. But I don't know. I mean, I guess they were gonna remake it. That would be so awful. That's the Wolf and the Hound, or no, the Fox and the Hound. That's what it's called. Can you imagine if they remake that movie as live action? That's like such an emotional movie with like literally the both of the protagonists are a fox. Can you imagine how awful it would be if they were just normal animals? I would die. The Lion King remake was not good. Oh my god. I mean, you can't expect it to be good. Not when that's the approach you're taking to it. I feel like, I don't know. None of them, like literally none of them have been. I think here's what you should do instead. If you want to make a bunch of, I know you're doing it for cash, all right? I know you're doing it for money, but if you wanted to not do it for money, right? And you didn't want to exploit people's nostalgia, right? If you want to actually make something live action that's good and fantastic, why don't you just like make something new, you know, where you're not restrained or like held back by original source material or having to like having to be in this weird middle ground where you're not just like you're not in the territory where you're doing it scene by scene. You're still changing things, but you're not fully changing everything. So like I don't know. Most of the time, there's very few things when like you're basing it off the original, right? There's very few things that like if the original is good, there's very few ways you can improve it. I'm not going to say anything. I still think that a lot of the changes for me in like The Last of Us show though, and I've gone and rewatched all of the first game, you know, I've seen it all, right? At this point, I've watched someone play it, but like that's one of those cases where it's like I actually like all the changes for the most part. I think they're all good, and that's my personal opinion. Some people probably disagree. Who's to say? But I think that's the case for me. But like I don't think that's happened for me with any like Disney remake stuff. So imagine Pinocchio as a live action, already done. Imagine Pinocchio as a awful third party or like a weird, very weird what do you call it? I don't even know how to describe that Pinocchio movie that came out that was animated recently that was just god awful. That movie is, man, they should make a Last of Us musical. I'd love to see Pedro Pascal sing. There is footage of that. It does exist. I love Pedro Pascal, man. He's such a charmer. But and also like I don't think he's ever been in a role that I've disliked. So he's probably up there with my favorite. Same with Oscar Isaac. You know, both very talented. Love both of them. Very faves for me. But Last of Us musical would be very jarring. I think I would have emotional whiplash. I just saw the list of upcoming live action movies. Oh no. I've only ever seen the old one. I used to have it on VHS. I think that's the same for me. This is a Percy Jackson musical. I'd love to see it. That sounds interesting. I'm not the biggest musicals person. No, we don't want any more. I'm telling you right now, they were like, yo, we're making more Avatar stuff. And I'm like, okay, Korra had a rough development, but okay, I'm down. I love a lot of this universe, so I'm down for more if it's good, right? I loved Last Airbender, and Korra had a lot of moments that I still enjoy despite everything, right? So I'm down. And then they're like, oh yeah, and it's live action. I'm like, you fucking traitor. You come into my house and spit on my floor after all you put me through, and you come in here and you say this to me, I will destroy you. I'm so upset. You know, I've never seen the animated Avatar, but I've seen the live action one. You should erase the live action one from your memory and go watch the animated one and enlighten yourself to an amazing show. That's what you should do. The Last Airbender is so charming. It's so nice. It's so good. It's like classic for me. It's one of those shows where it's like, you know, this is a show I'm gonna watch repeatedly many times throughout my life. So like if you like, for people who have watched Adventure Time, you know, and that's kind of that show for some people where it's like I grew up with this show, I love this show, and I'm gonna keep watching it, you know, at different points in time. That's how I feel about Avatar, because I grew up when it was like airing live. I was watching it, so it's always been that type of show for me. I actually thought the live action one was okay, but no. No. That movie is awful. That movie is garbage. It deserves to burn in the pits of Tartarus, or whatever dramatic thing you want to say. I hate it at its core. It's so awful. So if you thought that was okay, then you should think that the animated one is fucking made of gold. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, exactly. That movie is so disgusting. I've never watched something with so much like vitriol. I hate that film, because it's like you looked at all the source material and then you just said, nah, you know what if we didn't? actually. Like, what if I just didn't follow any of that? What if we like mispronounced all the names, skipped over key plot points, just erase certain characters? Actually, let's just do all of that. Let's do the same thing the Disney remakes are doing too, where like all the personality of some of the animated animal characters, let's take that out as well. Get rid of it all. I liked it. It's fine if you liked it. I'm just saying that I hate it, and I think that's okay. I was so confused when she became the moon. I mean, that's not there. Yeah, there's reasons. Yeah, no, here's my thing. I think that it's okay if you like something and I despise something, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, you know? If I despise it, then that's okay. I'm allowed to despise it. And if you like it, you're allowed to like it. I'm just saying I hate it. I will use that word. I do hate that film. So, but if you like it, then that's okay. You know, as long as if it brings you enjoyment, then you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt. So, but I would recommend you watch the show, especially if you liked the movie. Then you should definitely watch the show. You're getting a way better version of the thing that you enjoyed, I would say, at that point. You know. So, and I don't know, maybe you'll come to see my point of view. Maybe I'll convert you to the dark side. You know, who's to say? But I don't know, man. I know there were books as well. For anyone who's like at all into that, I know there were books that came out. I never read any of those though. Maybe I should. Because like I remember going on the wiki page and like in the show, this is gonna make no sense for anyone else, but in the show they talk about like the previous avatars, you know, and they're talking about like some of the ones that are named like actual characters that you get to interact and see and all that good stuff, right? And like I remember going and like in the show, if you've only watched the shows, there's certain ones where I'm like the last Airbender before Aang, right? Aang is your current Airbender in the show. He's the current Avatar and the current Air. But the one before him that was an Avatar and an Airbender, I think her name was like Yang Shen or something like that. I don't remember. In the show, she's got like really nothing going on. I think she shows up once and you barely know that much about her, right? And then I went to her wiki page because like, I wonder what's the name of the one, right? And I look back at it and I see she has a wiki page that's like almost 3-4 pages long, and I'm just like, what the hell? She's got so much lore that's like not at all touched on. Kyoshi's kind of the same way. But I feel like Kyoshi had a lot of screen time or mention. Like there's a lot. Kyoshi is more relevant and important, I would say, to the story that's being told. So yeah, Kyoshi also has like I think a whole book dedicated to her. Kyoshi's page is really long, and there's a lot about her I don't know. So, but yeah, she is a baddie. I do like Kyoshi. I also just love the Earth Kingdom. I've talked about this before when rewatching the show. Earth Kingdom's got some of my favorite like design choices for mixing a lot of East Asian cultures together, and kind of, I mean, that's the thing that the show does with a lot of them. Like a lot of the different nations are based on an amalgamation of different cultures kind of being molded together and then also inspired by in-universe things. And the Earth Kingdom for me is very, very cool in its design. I really like a lot of the clothing, you know, the way the cities are built. It's very cool to me. And I also just like earth bending. So I wanted to be one of those when I was younger. I was like, if I could pick up rock and punch rock and make it go, so that would be cool. I'd be happy with that. Rock is cool. I like punch rock. I don't know. Maybe we'll watch. Maybe I'll do for movie night. I'll do some of the first episodes of that show or something. For the people who have not ever seen it, maybe I'll give you a little introduction and we'll do it for movie night or something. I don't know. The cabbage salesman became one of the most powerful corporations. Yes, that is such an odd. I'm gonna be honest. I actually liked that. I don't know why. I thought that was really funny when you finally see him again, and he's got like this gold statue, and you're like, what the hell? I don't know how you ever. I don't. It's a miracle that man stayed afloat. As an entrepreneur or a businessman, it's a miracle that he actually made any profit throughout the entirety of that show, let alone became like this cabbage corporation Moogle that, you know, exists in the sequel. It's like, Jesus Christ. I didn't know people like cabbages. I should start selling cabbages. I zoned out. Fuck a gold star. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's stuff from Korra, which is the other Avatar shit. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about things that all of chat can't. You know, not everyone's seen it. I don't want to alienate chat. All right. We're talking about random plot points. Also, I keep messing up my tracking because I tend to talk with my hands. You know, you can't see it because I don't have hands. I do. They just don't move. But I keep fucking up my tracking by doing that. So I need to stop. The constant loss of cabbages skyrocketed price and demand. Thus, you made a killing. Author note. This is that implies that he's the only person that sells them, which is even funnier to imagine just one man feeling. I mean, I guess I don't really like cabbage that much, so I guess, you know, there's not a high demand usually, but I guess if that, you know, if only one person's selling them, you know. But anyway, let's do art. I'm ready to do art. I'm ready to show off my secret thing that I got for myself. Are you ready? Are we ready? Let me change the stream title. Also, I do that all the time. I don't know if that's I frequently have, wait, hold on. What a category, get rid of that. Change my category to arts. I frequently have like moments where like someone goes on a whole like explanation of something and I'm like, can you just start from the beginning? Can you just repeat all of that? My brain stopped and I retained nothing of what you said. I don't know why, but I have that happen quite a bit. So, and it's not for lack of interest. It's just my brain goes off somewhere else for a little bit, you know? My ADD comes in and it says, "Hey buddy, I know you're trying real hard here, but how about now? Let me fix something real quick as well." Am I doing the wrong overlay? Is this I have to figure out which overlay works best for what I'm doing right now. This stuff. Okay, so that I figured it out. I did it. Boom. Yeah. All right, let's go. The cabbage raw. It's sweet. Taking a bite out of a whole head of cabbage is the only true way to eat it after washing it, of course. Nah, just take it right out of the ground or wherever cabbages come from. Take them out of the ground regardless. If they weren't in the ground, put them in the floor and then pick them up and yeah, just munch on into them, you know? Get them minerals. Definitely, for sure. Let me get rid of this. Let me hide that. There we go. The dirt has extra nutrients. Exactly. Same. I like most raw vegetables because to me cooked is so nasty. I feel like some like cooked vegetables become mushy and then they're gross. They grow on the ground, not under. Well, I figured that much. But put them under the... really get the nutrients all over them. All right? Just a mouthful of dirt with your cabbage. Right? Makes you strong. You got potatoes best. That's what I should do. I should become if streaming for some reason, if I can't do streaming at some point, I should become a potato salesman. Literally dirt compacted. There you go. Okay, so the thing that I got for myself was a brush set. Are you ready? I got a brush set, chat. And they're really nice. And I like them. There's 83 brushes, and it was only like $19. And they're really good brushes. All right, and I don't need them. I don't think brushes necessarily make you better at art or anything like that, but I do think some of them are really cool, and I like how they feel, and I like them a lot. And I just want to take a minute to like just show off some of them. We'll probably do it as we draw, which I don't know that we'll get to all of them, but just like, man, some of these are really, really nice. Imagine how many brushes for your hair. Exactly. All right. I gotta have my hair is so long. I gotta have lots of brushes. Let's do like a 25. Okay. Look at how nice this construction pencil is. All right. Look at if I just want to sketch and just do like some of that, you know, draw some lines, you know, it's got a nice texture to it. All right. But if I want to start blending with it, oh my God. It's so good. Like for me, this is like one of those things I flip out seeing this, you know. This is just so smooth feeling. I fucking love this. I have an actual construction pencil. I never had any fancy pencils. You have a freaking watercolor pencil. All right. Let's make that way bigger so you can see. Oh, look at how freaking great that is. I don't have any words for this. It's so nice. I love them. I love all of them. I got charcoal brushes, all right? Soft textured ones, you know? I'm freaking out, chat. I got everything now. I don't need anything else. Charcoal for canvas. If you want that canvas. Here's a fun fact. When I actually did art on paper, I almost exclusively used canvas paper because there was something about this texture that I really liked. I don't know why. It felt nice to work on. There was literally no other reason for it other than that. So try a charcoal body wash. It smells smoky. I've done the same. I don't understand it, to be honest, but does the pressure sensitivity work better? Kind of, maybe. Sometimes I'm not sure, you know. I don't always know. I feel like I have to adjust it sometimes, but that's okay. That's fine. You know, I work around the problems here. I don't solve them. I just adapt to them. These are really nice though. I just kind of want to get a feel for some of these because I haven't used all of them yet. That looks good. That looks really good. I like that. There's something about, ooh. I don't know that it blends really well. Maybe it does. Okay, it kind of could, maybe. I don't know. There's something about it though that I do like. I also have like a ton of like, I don't know how to describe this. I have so many things. We're not going to get to all of them because I'm not going to spend an hour drawing lines on a paper and blending things. So we're just going to draw random stuff. I might actually just spend today to chat and work on something constructive. I have things I kind of wanted to draw anyway, so I might just do that. I'm also curious, does anyone else, for anyone who works digitally, does anyone else like working with a different color other than black for your sketch work? Is that just me? That's something I kind of learned from someone else, and then it kind of just stuck with me from that point on. I remember I was like very confused by it at first, but then now that I kind of get it and I'm looking at it, you know, I'm just like, wow, this is good. I like this. This feels nice to work with. I think the one thing though in serious art that I need to work on is head posing. I'm really bad. I just do random colors for sketches every time. That seems nice. I'm gonna do that for this one. Let's do, what if we worked in like, maybe not that. Maybe not that one. That may be, oh, is this nice? Do we like, hold on. Do we like this? Is this a good sketch color? Blue. It's kind of a very pretty blue. I do like that. Maybe go darker. Ooh. I could get used to this. I could get behind this. I'm used to working in dark red. I don't know why. Just something about I that's my comfort, all right? I work in dark red and go from there. I usually see people use red or blue for sketches. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Red just feels kind of nice. It's like a dark cyan. It is very pretty. Hold on. Let's just get that watercolor brush out again real quick. Oh my God. I go fucking insane over that. Oh my God. so nice. So many brushes. I know. This is, I love this brush. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Let me just, let's take this brush and do that. Look at this right here. Let me get rid of that. This. All right. You see that that gradient? Oh, I love that. That's, I need to know. Hold on. Hold on. Let's just take a fat blender and just, well, not like that. I just want to see if I blend, give me that. If I blend from here down, I probably need to soften it, but that does look, oh my God, that looks so good. For my standards, that looks good. I like that. There's probably better ways to blend this because I'm not very good at blending, but I do enjoy that. I don't know. Maybe I'll sketch in this color. This is kind of nice. It's very relaxing. It's also like raining all days this week. It has not stopped pouring since Monday, so maybe I'll do that. What's up, Bye Hi? Welcome to my return stream. How are you doing? Also your return. How are you? How have you been? Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. We're messing around with art stuff and art brushes and new things. I like some rain, please. My roses are getting dry. My roses floated away downstream, so I love the rain. That's good. I hear it rains all the time in the UK. I like the rain too, honestly. I don't know. What's up though? How have you been, Via Hi? Welcome. I hope you've been doing well. I don't know what I want to. Let me see if there's a certain face shape. I'm gonna take my reference. Let me see if there's a shape. We're gonna pull out that book that I was talking about, and we're gonna see if there's like a face pose that we want. I'm always really bad at this, but I'll try to get. But the only way to get better is by doing it. So I think I like that one. I think that one's nice. Let's do that. Let's work off that. We're gonna keep drawing. We're gonna draw something serious today. I'm gonna try and actually do good. I'm gonna do good arts. Or bad, depending on it. We'll see. Actually, it doesn't rain that much. The weather is just unpredictable. Damn it. Well, it rains a lot here because I live on the coast. Or near the coast. That's a better way of saying it. I live near the coast, and thus we get lots of rain. I gotta make sure this doesn't, like, hold on. Let me, there we go. I just gotta make sure it doesn't fall apart. I've had a dry spell in the UK. I missed my rain. I stole it. It's all mine now. I could be chilling at home right now because I was on leave, but I was called back early. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. I hope that you get to go on leave again and get some relaxation time or some time away from all of that stuff. But I'm glad that you're at least here. We miss seeing you around more often, but that's okay. Busy with stuff. Again, I hope you've been doing well. I hope it's not too stressful. Thank you for dropping into streams when you can. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Had to pay an extra $100 to change my flight. Jeez, that's so stupid. I would hate that. No, that would be dumb. I would hate that. I would not like that one bit. Okay, this is gonna be hard. I guess I just need to start. We'll just work. Yeah, no, we'll just work like this. This is fine. I'll use this construction pencil. I don't know how I'm gonna build this yet, or like shape the face. I'm always really bad at that, but we'll just try to do it as we go. There's gonna be a lot of changes, but it's fine. Anyways, I'm back, baby, kinda. Welcome back. I'm back as well. I was on vacation for a little bit, so perfect time to come back. I was taking a slight break from everything, so that was nice. This is very, very light in some of these regards for me. I might need to do darker colors because this is kind of too light. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this fucking huge, get rid of this, and go back to reds. Because for me, it's harder. It's a lot harder to see on my tablet. Internet here is very unpredictable. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, my internet used to be like that, but for entirely different reasons. So I feel you there. Luckily, it improved itself before I started streaming, so that wasn't too bad. Luckily. Let's just round this. I always usually start at the top of the head, actually, but I don't know why I'm changing so many things up today. Let's just I don't know. I have not sketched at all in days, so I might be a little bit quiet while I try to figure things out. We'll see. How was your vacation? I had a staycation. I stay because I don't have a lot of money to spend. So to watch Fundings, I did not go anywhere. I stayed at home and relaxed, and it was really nice actually. It's weird, definitely, to be sure. Simply because I haven't done that in a while. So it was weird not having stream stuff to kind of keep me occupied or worry about or anything like that. So it was nice though. I enjoyed it. I'm glad. I'll say this though. I am glad to be back to streaming, honestly. Also, I'm gonna change my eraser again to a soft eraser because I've been messing around with new eraser types, chat. You'll be proud of me. I went from one stream not knowing that there were different types of erasers digitally to work with to now I use them. I've learned a lot. Let me downsize that a lot. Jesus. Pen. Okay, there we go. I would love to go home and just relax. Yeah, I think it's not that bad, honestly. I think a lot of people usually like make these gigantic plans to go on vacations and stuff, but honestly, it's kind of nice to just stay home sometimes and just like not have a lot of stuff to worry about. You just get to chill out a little bit. Like it's not bad. I don't mind doing that. I think that's not I feel like that's not a bad thing to do, honestly. Makes me feel relaxed. So nice to have time to yourself to relax and stuff. I think I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Let's do that. Let's move you over here. Let's get away from the edge of the page. Let's do this. This is gonna be a very big drawing. I forgot I didn't zoom in at all. We call that Bing chillin'. That's a good name for it. 3 fingers swipe down your screen will clear the canvas. You don't need to rub it all out. What? Is that true? What? What do you mean? What black magic are you talking about? I don't trust you. What type of secrets are you? No, that can't be true. I mean, I might be the same person that didn't know there were different types of erasers, but surely that's not the case. Someone else back me up here. Someone point out that that's lies and slander. Teal's deceiving me. Because if that is the case, then I'm going to feel like a total dummy. And we can't be having that. I can't be feeling Dumbo. Okay? I'm tired of being called a himbo. So I must break this. And be the smartest person around. Like the 2-finger tap is back button. That doesn't work on mine. That doesn't work. No. Must be lies. I have a button though. I have a macro for undo, so it's not so bad. I don't need your fancy 2-finger tap, all right? I don't need your double tap, okay? I got my own methods for working and stuff, all right? We work like cavemen here. Only the basics. You need to get rid of something, you just erase the entire thing. You want to undo, you got a button for it, all right? I don't have any of your fancy black magic here. No siree. Not for me. Need to get rid of something? Throw a rock at. Exactly. I just break my if I have a drawing that I don't like on my canvas, I just break the canvas. I throw a rock at my tablet, destroy the screen, and I go get a new one. I have like 50 digital art tablets solely because I don't know how to start a new one. I have one canvas for each tablet. That's how I work, all right? Don't question it. Don't make fun of me. That's my process, all right? Don't judge. Pro artist tip, artist hack. Don't even erase. Don't start a new canvas. Get a new tablet for every canvas you have. Go bankrupt. See how it goes. I'm thinking here, Chen. Here. I'm doing like this. Chen be here, maybe something like this. We'll see. I'll take it as we go. I don't know. I'm not sure. I want to... I don't like that its head tilts a little bit, and I'm not sure that's what I was going for at the time. They're just shortcuts. No. Sounds like lies and slander to me. I don't know anything about these shortcuts. What if I spent more time up here and then slowly kind of rounded this down like that? No? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe this needs to come down faster. That actually does help. Yeah. Take this. Take that. I don't want your chin to be so... I don't want it to be so gaunt looking, you know? I want to give him some cheek. I like some chubby cheek. Take this and work it up, you know? Like that, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Maybe that's too drastic. No, actually, I know what I can do. I figured it out. Never mind. I was thinking in my own head for a minute there, trying to piece everything together. I know what I can do. I know how to fix this problem of mine. Scrap this. Get rid of these. I don't need these guidelines. What I need to do, actually... Whoops. I thought that was the eraser. I need to round this out a little bit more, I think. Maybe. Like if I get rid of this... Let's just erase that a little bit. Get rid of this a little bit more. I want to make sure that his... Or there... I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might do a girl. But make sure their head shape is nice and look good. This is what I'm talking about, though. What I said, I work very slowly, all right? It take me a bit to get my sketch because I'm a perfectionist. Like I've said 1,000 times. It takes me a while to get, like, something that I'm just like, yes, this is good. And even, I have it happen a lot, and I'm sure other people do, where I kind of get something I like, and I'm like, ooh, this is good. This is nice. And then I'll look back at it later, and I'm like, no. I take back everything I said. This is garbage. I gotta get rid of this immediately. I don't know what's with that, but I've had it happen more than once for sure. I feel like this is too... I mean, I know. Here's the thing. I know that, like, if I'm just doing it real quick, I know that this area is going to be like this is front of face. This is the head. You know. And that's kind of hard to work with for me, but I'll figure it out. So like, I need to kind of figure out how I want to do their chin, their jawline, everything like that. I'm thinking go up from here maybe, and round out like this kind of area in the front and leave a decent amount of space in the back for hair and all of that good stuff. Ear go back here, you know. We'll see. Told you I'm not a professional artist. I don't know all the ways to make circles. Circles is hard and I'm not very good at them apparently. I like that more. I think that helps, honestly, rounding this kind of a little bit, but also making it kind of a straight line to go down, and then we can make their chin go like, I don't know, here-ish, down here. I don't know. Where chin go? What chin do? Uh, do something like that, maybe, and then draw up. I am curious though, because I did post this earlier. Sorry, I am curious for those who may not have seen. Does anyone have? And I think I should have applied this to all shows. Is there any show that people think is completely underrated? I know that, and the reason I brought that up is honestly based on like how my feelings when I've been watching, like I was talking about like movies I've watched recently, that like going back and looking at them, like what the heck? Why did I not remember how amazing this is? Why is no one talking about this? And I'm curious how many other things there are about that, or that kind of sit in that same a little bit. I mean, not necessarily. It doesn't even have to be underrated. It can just be something that like you love and people don't. The Teletubbies. Oh God. And like other people just don't. I don't know, maybe talk about it as much, or you don't ever see anyone ever talk about it. Maybe something like that. I think this is too low. I'm not feeling this. I think we get rid of this. Make this start earlier, maybe? I don't know. It's gonna take a bit. Whoops, I'm all over the place today. I need to establish something. If this is... If this is how head go. The head go down. Where'd Chen be? Chen go here? Yes, the Teletubbies, underrated though. I agree. We should have more Teletubbies medium. You know, for all the fans out there like myself, you know, I've been a loyal, faithful fan for many years now, and I just feel like my favorite show is underrepresented, you know, in mediums, in media in general. That's what I should say. It really went hard when it was out, but it seems like everyone just kind of let it fade into the background, and I don't think that's fair to those giant, awful demon things. Yes, Orin speaks the truth. Exactly. I mean, when have I ever known? That's a slippery slope to go down. Visual Prison is good. What is that? I've never heard of that. See, point A, I've never heard of that in my entire life. I feel like there's so many other things, like... I have this feeling that whenever I go through, whenever I'm looking for a new show, where I look through like 50 million things and I'm just never sure, like, is this actually worth watching? Is this good? I don't know. This feels wrong in some fashion. I feel like I'm trying to base this too much. I love Teletubbies and Pingu. I feel like Pingu is cute and the Teletubbies are horrific. That's on a scale of things. I feel like that's where I'm kind of at, you know? I'm really hating how this is turning out. Give me a sec. I need to look at something. I need to go look at a reference that I did. I need to go look at my own art as reference for something. What was I? Where is it? Where my boy? I was drawing the new art style recently. Yeah, okay, so that's much easier to visualize. Let me pull that up somewhere. I could post it on my thing. I don't know if I'll do that or not. That's very different. I don't know. We'll keep going for this though. We're fine. Okay. I wanted to eat the tubby custard so bad. I almost misread that, and I almost thought you were gonna say like you wanted to eat the Teletubbies so bad, and I was gonna be kind of scared a little bit. I really wanted, you know, I saw the Teletubbies, man, and I was like, you know, everyone talks about how cute they are, but I was just sitting there thinking, yum yum, that looks delish. What Teletubby tastes like? What were their names again? Didn't they have awful names? Not gonna lie, that tubby custard looked delicious. I don't know why tubby custard is fun to say though. I will say that at least. I'm not liking this line of reference. Let me get rid of this. I don't like this. Get this out of here. I just want to shape the face on my own. I don't want reference lines. They mess me up. I need to adjust this though. Let's put that back to that. Okay, there we go. Yep, wrong. There we go. The Tubby Toast and Custard. I mean, I do have to say that when I watched Chainsaw Man for the first time, it felt like I should do it when I started watching, you know, and I binge watched that show in one night, I think. But I did, for my watch experience, I did go and make jam and toast, which, you know, somehow, usually I don't care about jam and toast, you know, putting some stuff on that. I don't really care, but like somehow it's almost as if the show made it better, you know. It made my experience with it like much better than I think it would have been had I just been eating some normal stuff. Let me draw this down, maybe. That's not bad. I like that. That's a good reference line. Maybe something like this. Yeah, we'll keep something similar to that, and I'll work on this side. I think it's coming together, chat. I think my face is coming together. You know, it would be really funny. I have thought about this before. It'd be really funny if I did art for a character. This isn't foreshadowing, by the way, but it would be funny if I did art for an OC or a character and just posted it randomly, and it was like my concept art for what my character would look like without the bag. And then I just never told anyone, and it never revealed it. I just had it there. And many years later, I can say, yes, there's already official concept art, and you never knew. I feel like I should do that now. I've thought about it. Is that Sleepy Guy? No. I can confirm that. Maybe I shouldn't have confirmed that, but I should just leave it up in the air for speculation. But that's just a theory. I don't know what's going on with me not super digging this. I do have EP energy though, I think. So it wouldn't be too far to assume that me and EP Boy have some similarities. Yeah, it's self-portrait, clearly. If Chen here, like if Thing go here and then wrap up, maybe something like that. And I can round this later. I can get rid of this. I can come back. I think it's starting to come together. I wasn't 100%, and it's still very rough, but I think it's starting to come together. Hold on, what's chat saying? Do you like jammy Dodgers? What the hell is that? What are jammy Dodgers? That sounds like something I would wear. I walk outside, someone criticizes me, and I'm like, psh, how dare you throw shade at my jammy Dodgers? I freaking love my jammy Dodgers. That was a question for Jammy? Ah, damn. Well, I want some jammy Dodgers now. I want some. I new clothing brand, new merch. New merch, Jammy Dodgers. Let's go. I don't know what they are, but I'm claiming the word. It's a fun word, nice word. We like that. That's cutes. I'm really focused hard on this side right now. I think I just got to go with that for now. I'll keep refining it as we go, but I don't know. I don't like it. it feel round? Nice round shape. Must be refined further. Here we go. Maybe that's better. Is that gonna make me feel better? Am I gonna stop focusing on that side? Probably never, but anyway. Okay, let me look through chat again. I was too busy drawing. I haven't even looked through things. Tinky Winky apparently was banned because he used to Tinky Winky wearing a tutu and a handbag. What? What are we talking about? What did I miss? All right, the names of the Teletubbies are Dipsy, Lala, Poe, and Tinkly Winky or Tinky Winky are their names. Interesting. Those are some names right there. Jam on toast is nasty. How dare you? You know what? I think one like alternate dimension version of me would probably agree with you, but because of that show, I'm inclined to say you're wrong. And now we have to fight. All those other opinions from earlier, those are fine. People, we don't those aren't. But how dare you? I'm personally offended, and I'm coming after you now. Clearly, this is my call out post. Such and such didn't like jam on toast. Well, their time is up. Gotta go. I feel like it's not so bad. Also, what is up with me trying to draw this right now? Why am I struggling? There's something about this angle that's really fucking with me right now. I'm really going off the deep end, chat. I don't know why. I just hate how this is. I almost want to erase all of it. Come back later. Maybe I need to draw this in further. Maybe? Expand that? Does that make me feel better? No. I'm going mad! I'm just gonna go with it. I'm not gonna let my previous problems get to me. Again, though, this is the problem with me drawing traditional kind of like this style that I'm working in right now. I'm not doing what I did before, and I'm not pulling up reference, which is bad. But I want to look like a smart boy who's got everything under control. All right, there's no problems here. Don't worry about anything. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Hold on, let me read through chat again. This Jaffa kid, there's a poll going around? I didn't even know. The most fashionable British streetwear, Jammy Dodgers. Yeah, exactly. The biscuit? No. The biscuits. Jammy Dodgers are a popular British biscuit made from shortcake with raspberry or strawberry flavored jam filling. Yeah, I'm not British, so I'm not familiar with all your fancy British sweets, okay? We've established this before whenever I don't know what something is. And chat has to be like, Orin, you don't know what this thing? I was trying to think of something clever to like make fun of, but I just couldn't, I couldn't even think of some weird British name for something. But no, I don't know what these things are. I don't live in the UK. I don't know what they are, and I don't know what they do's. Wait till I learn about Jaffa cake. What is Jaffa cake? Educate me, chat. Teach me your ways. Teach me the ways of the British sweets. I must know. Maybe this side's too. I think that's what it is. This side too round at this point, maybe. Or more so, I haven't established the actual. Whoopsies. Am I on pen? I'm on pen. My crime. I just want to mess around. We'll get to something eventually. Whoops. I keep hitting the wrong button. Let's see. It's also a lot harder to It's also a lot harder to concentrate on drawing and also talking at the front. I have to say, I really admire art streamers that are able to do that. I feel like I have moments where I just my brain shuts off and goes in full concentration. And I feel like I miss out on conversations that happen in chat, which I'll have to read up on in a second. But like, I don't know how you do it. There's so much going on, and my brain already has to be working on overdrive just to make sure that I'm not doing bad. I feel like I'm okay with what's happening right now. This is good. This is a surprisingly nice shape. I like that. Let me get rid of this. Let's actually, okay, let's redo that. Let's draw this as just like a straight line and then round it out at the top. Yeah. It's all coming together now. Maybe. Maybe the trials and tribulations are finally over as I get back into drawing. It's been about a few days, so I'm a little rusty, probably. There we go. That doesn't look bad. I actually like that. Good. Cool. I'll use that actually as a reference for doing this. Maybe. Damn it! Hit the wrong button again! Let's see. Do this, get rid of this, erase. Make it round with this. Ah, perfect. Perfect! Okay, let me catch up. We're talking about Jaffa Cake. Jaffa Cakes are gross, but yeah, okay. Their Teletubby reunion sketch done by Smosh. It's so funny. I'll send it in the Discord. Oh god. I don't like it because it's sweet. I prefer butter on toast. I feel like, but here's the thing. Butter on toast with the jam. Is that acceptable then? Because I feel like that's what makes it like peak, right? Like, if I feel like just jam on toast is bad, because then that's just like sweet, like that's just sweet, unless like the bread really is bringing something to the table, but usually not. So you got to add a little bit of something else, you know? Maybe you add some cream cheese with your jams, you know? Maybe you do something, I don't know. Whatever floats your boat, honestly. But you got to be something else there. It can't just be the jam, because then you're doing something wrong. That's the point of no return. That's still an eraser. That's not a pen. Okay. This needs to go further out and then come. I told you I don't need my facial structuring lines right now. Okay, I can work without them. I'm fine. I'm doing great. Am I? Okay, I don't know what's happening there. I think I was accidentally clicking something. There we go. It only took me an eternity, but I finally figured out. I finally did it. I figured out what the head shape that I wanted, as was intended. It only took me how long? I don't even know. I'm not going to check the time. It took me a bit though. A lot of rambling and sketching later, and this is what I have to show for it. Claps for me, baby. And I'm probably still going to refine it further because I'm not happy with it. Brisket biscuits with gravy. I know what brisket is. I know what biscuits are, and I know what gravy is, but I don't think I've ever had all of them together. Yo, Lynx, what's up? I didn't even get to say hi to you because I was I was sketching up on chat. How are you doing? Welcome to stream. How are you? I'll have to get a bottle of water. Bottle of Walter White. Okay, have a nice day. Bye, Jamie. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. I'm still in a train and wife is not good. I'm sorry to hear that about your wife. I'm doing well though. I'm back from vacation. I'm a little bit insane because of drawing stuff, but that's besides the point. I'm testing out. We have new brushes. That's the big thing. That's the big secret. I got new brushes and I wanted to test them, and I love them. They're very nice to work with. And now I finally figured out what the fuck's going on with this face, I think, mostly. Maybe not. We'll see how I feel. Maybe I'm gonna refine it further. We'll see. We'll see. I think No, wait, what? Hold on. Hold on. I'm having a revelation right now. I think this needs to come up, like, I don't know how to explain this. I think I need to basically make like a circle within this circle, basically, if that makes sense. Like, have the head be out here for hair later on, and then have face here. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, how you doing? What's up? Why would you only have jam? I don't know. I don't know the answers to these questions. I'm just here giving my opinion, all right? In America, a biscuit is what we would call a scone, though? I have no idea. A biscuit is like a round, little, soft, or hard, or crunchy, bread. I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it. Soft, hard, or crunchy bread. That's circular and puffy, I guess. Yeah. Because I don't know how to describe a scone for Americans. Like an American scone. I'm not quite sure. To me, an American scone... I don't eat scones a lot because I don't like them that much. But maybe that's, again, maybe that's because I've not been eating the right ones. Maybe I've had bad scones. I've been sconed. I also do want to say I'm excited for... Yeah, this is better. I like this. I'm excited for the rest of this week because we have one game in particular that I decided to finally get that I wasn't able to play, and I've held off on any information or learning anything about it, anything, right? I'm going in blind, but we have the new Amnesia game to play. I'm so freaking excited because even though the first one that I played was an experience, to say the least, I did like it, so I'm excited to play that again, or be in that kind of, I guess, universe. Is that the right word to say? And the atmosphere looks really great, and it's gotten really great reviews, so here's hoping. What are you saying? Oh yeah, train though. How are you doing though, Lynx, on your train stuff or wherever you're going? I hear that you've been all over the place recently. Not that great. It was way too hot, and it was way too hot, and I was full in. I don't know. Okay, I can't type. It's fine. Full of Prague. I don't know what Prague is supposed to be, but I'm glad. Not glad. I'm upset about the Prague. I'm sorry to hear about it. I think that's Prague is a bad thing. Prague feels like a disease or like a symptom. Yeah, if you're experiencing Prague, make sure to call your doctor. Let's do this. Or this is I know I said I was done with the face. I'm not. I lied to you. We're never done until I'm happy with it. It'll eventually be perfect. What am I? Yes. I want a very like solid kind of line here. I'm getting stuck in the details, chat. Stuck in the muck. I thought I was improving. I thought I was getting better. I'm not. All right, I'm good. Prague. Oh, Prague, the city, Prague. Okay, I got you. Yes. My brain just thought Amnesia is Outlast. I mean, they're both horror games, so you're forgiven. Okay, now that I'm actually here, I'm gonna real quick do like this. Wait, where's the chin here? I feel like I need to define the chin a little bit more just for my own reference point. Erase. Chin come to here, then chin wrap up to, wait, fuck, hold on. Chin come to here, yes? Yes. And then wrap to, whoopsies. Why am I messing this up for myself? Why am I making this so much harder for myself? There's something about drawing at this angle that I have to do right now that's not working well for me. about there. There we go. That's much more readable for me, at least. I've never really seen a lot about Prague. I know what Prague is. I've heard it's very cool though. From everyone that I know that's ever been there, I've heard that it's a very cool place. I know there's a lot of musical stuff there. Like I've heard that like certain bands that I've liked or groups or artists have been to Prague or like have played in Prague. I don't know what the reason for that is. I don't know if it's just like a really great spot for that or something, but that is what I've heard and seen before. So I think it'd be cool to go there though. But I don't really know much about the Czechoslovakia, so I'm not very well informed. Czech Republic, sorry. Formerly known as the Czech Republic. Is it still the Czech Republic or is it Czechoslovakia? Which is correct now? I feel bad for asking, but I don't want to get it incorrect. Was I right the first time? Czechia. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. I want to make sure I'm well informed as much as I can be before I forget, because I'm sure I will at some point because I'm a big dummy. I think that's good. Do I like that line? It's getting lower as I draw it. Yeah, that's good. This one's a mess, but that's okay. I can fix this one. I can fix him. Here we go. It's all completely typed different in German. Prague is pretty, but it's way too full. I have no knowledge of it, so I have no clue. But I don't know. I've never been. I think the biggest city I've been to is when I was in Montreal, which is in Canada. But I have not really traveled out of country very often, so I feel like that's not very big at all. Czechia has one of my favorite Eurovision entries this year. Again, that's another thing. Freaking Eurovision. I remember learning about that, and then like, wasn't it coming up when chat was talking about it? Because everyone in chat was going crazy about it, and then I didn't know anything about it at the time. And well, here we are. I clearly know nothing, and I think it's over. Man, I always miss out on the cool stuff, making me upsetty. How big do I want these eyes to be? I think this big. I like this shape. This is a nice size, I think. Yeah, I like that. That's good. And then we can have another one. I want him to be looking that way, you know, off the screen. So other eye would be kind of, what do I feel good at? Like here? Here's good. Yeah. Here's good. Here's a good spot. Spot here good. I go caveman to confirm my opinion. That's not as good circularly though, but that's actually not a bad thing for what we're doing. I do need to clean this up on the inside though. But yes, Lynx, you weren't here earlier when I talked about, I have 83 new brushes that I got in a pack. I might have said it in the Discord. I don't remember though, but I am so excited. There's 83 of them in total, and I'm using one of them right now. And it's very nice for constructive sketching. Does this need to go over? I don't know. Do I want this moved over at all? Maybe like a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Yes, you're meant to have a Eurovision reaction in Discord. Oh yeah. That went real. Does everyone remember that, man? I freaking remember Eurovision, that we did it in the Discord as was planned. It was great. everyone freaking loved it. I mean, I gotta say, I really liked, you know, I loved the Irish one this year, you know. Same for Italy, great entry from them. Wasn't a fan of insert another 83 new what? 83 new brushes. Ireland didn't pass. Well, fuck. I have no idea. I thought you were about to tell me they weren't even a part of it for some reason. I was like, oh god. I think I'm gonna move this eye over. I was tempted to keep it, but I actually think I want to move it over a little bit. I've changed my mind. I think I want that space a little bit more. Just a tad, not by much. Like maybe like here. Maybe something like that. And I know that looks like it's the exact same spot, which it might be. Hold on, maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit more, right about there. Oh, okay, that's not perfect. I moved it about one fingernail to the left, and now it's just it's perfect. We love it. You'll see why I'm drawing the eyes like this later though, so don't question it if you're concerned why they just have like these. If it looks like they're just these big pits, you know, like these big holes, don't worry about that. Don't concern yourself, okay? Nice new brushes, yes. You can go back in the earlier part of the stream at some point once the VOD is out, and you will see I put I put some of them, just a small amount actually, on a canvas before we started sketching, which I have no idea how long I've been sketching so far. This actually, I like how big this one is for what we're doing. I might make this one a little bit bigger actually to kind of match that. I think that's a good idea because this feels a little bit too ovular. Is that the right word? Is that correct? I don't know. This feels too ovular though. I'm gonna run with it. Make this a little bit more rounded, I think. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. I can refine it later if I need to. Maybe not. I need that space. Okay, this needs to... Okay, hold on. Trial and error. I've never done this type of... I've never looked in this direction, but I need this side of the face to define that eye. I can't have it just resting right on top of it. That looks kind of odd to me. Don't worry, Oren, we're letting you... Yeah, let me cook. I'm cooking. Don't worry. It doesn't make sense now, but you wait, and 5 hours from now, there will be something here to actually look at. All right, I just take time. I'm a slow boy who don't work very fast. All right, but it's fine. I don't need to. No time rush. No time limit. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. We like that. Serves my purposes. Yeah, probably. Yeah. No, I like that it's smaller, actually. I like that it's smaller. It'll fit better, I think, with what I'm doing. I might make this a little bit more rounded over here a little bit, maybe. Just a tad. Just a wee bit. But not by much. That was a good... I actually should have left that. That was good. Alright. Anyway. Yeah. Let me cook. Let me cook in chat. Australia was in it? Really? Did Australia do good? Was New Zealand in it? Were the Kiwis a part of it? I would love to go to New Zealand. I feel like it'd be very chill. I feel like that'd be a fun time. you know? I don't know. It's very beautiful. I've never been to Australia either, but I don't think I'm built for Australia. Australia, I feel like I need to travel to other countries and level up before heading down to Australia, so that I don't die. You know, I want to be able to walk out into the outback and not immediately fall over dead because, I don't know, some poisonous something killed me. Orin has been defeated by a poisonous monster. I should have been I should have leveled up my vitality or something, you know? That would have helped me live. So that's why I gotta visit all these other countries first, you know? So I can be prepared. I don't want to go to the down under. I tried to give my dog a little bit of chicken and rice. Chicken and rice, and one piece of rice dropped on his fur and he broke it. Oh my gosh. My dog would go crazy if something dropped onto them and they couldn't see where it went. They would flip out. I think the train station doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I'll be back in a bit, I hope. Yeah, of course. Maybe I'll have something to show for it. I hope that you have fun. Also, Luxembourg is returning. Luxembourg's so small. Luxembourg is cool, though. I do like it. So this is good. What to do? I like this. I don't know, chat. I want you to come up with a name. I want you to give me a name for a character. It can be any gender. It can be gender neutral for all I care. We can make a gender neutral character, or we can gender them. I don't care. But I need a name, and I'm bad at names. So help me out here. I want to see what you can come up with. What would we name this little person? Our little peepo. And it doesn't have to follow the B naming scheme. Atlas or Axis. I personally think it would be hilarious if the Vatican City was in Eurovision. I want to see what they bring to the table, you know? They got I mean, they could do some interesting things, you know. I want to see what comes from the Vatican down to the Eurovision, you know. I want to see. That would make me watch, all right? I would be there. I would be there when it aired, all right? If I had to pay for it, that's fine. I'll get chat tickets at that point. I'm so curious. It sounds like it'd be very entertaining. The Pope comes out. Yes! Bring out the big hat. Let it be. Let's see. There we go. I like that this eye is slightly smaller, actually, and the reason why is because these eyes are going to be something else. I think for some reason when I think of the Vatican City, I think of vampires. I'm curious now. Is the Vatican City in like Vampire the Masquerade, that kind of universe? Does anyone know, for any fans of that? If so, I want to know. Because if so, that would be very cool. I still need to play that game. Read a bunch of stuff about it, never played that game. Need to, though. Want to. Sounds like a fun time. There's a lot of I still need to go back and revisit some of the old RPGs that I really enjoy from my childhood, honestly, that I have not done yet. I want to go play not the first one maybe, because I've played it a lot. I want to play the second Knights of the Old Republic game again, which is not as good necessarily. I'm really not liking how this is. There we go. But we'll see. Rain. I like Rain a lot. Let's write down the names. Let's put, I don't like Axis as much. Let's put Atlas. Atlas is a great name. Rain is a good name. So we'll write suggestions for names up here. Atlas Rain. That's their full birth given name right there. You think, okay, so did anyone remember what was it, like the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer thing that came out? Does anyone at all remember that? And if so, I'm curious, do you think, because we were talking about the Vatican version, what if we had Pope Vampire Hunter? Like, the Pope is just like out there slaying like werewolves and like vampires. Like he personally like goes up and stakes Dracula, you know? Would that be, you think that would be a good film? I think it has potential, possibly. Whoopsies. Oh yeah. I saw a new RPG called Classmates. This might be cool. What is that about? I've never heard of that. That sounds interesting though. I don't know why that makes me think of Doki Doki for some reason. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Talk about storytelling and classmates and all that, and I think of literature clubs. I'm gonna make my brush smaller as we start working on little kind of details. I don't like that. Get back. Make sure this looks good. Okay. It looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. I like that. Yeah, Doki Doki. I still don't know if I'll ever play that game, but everyone goes buck wild whenever it's mentioned, so I feel like maybe I'll be pressured into playing it at some point. Because I know it's a good game. It's got that reputation. You know, we can back that up. It's scientifically proven. You know, peer reviewed, but it just never appealed to me personally. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my brain's big stupid, and it should appeal to me. Who's to say? Oopsies. I can clean that up a little bit. There we go. All right. Kyros? Win? I like Kyros. Kyros is a cool name as well. I also want to play Hana? Hana? H-A-N-A? If that's an acronym, I don't know. Which is an RPG. Please? Okay. I was about to say a movie came out about that, but it was a ghost film. Interesting. It's a crucifix stake, I imagine. We gotta stop talking about the Pope movie of him being a vampire hunter, because that's too good, and I'm gonna want that if we keep talking about it. Yeah, I'm curious about something, actually. What if I did this like traditional style, where you have actually, you know what? I'm kind of curious to pursue. Okay, so with a certain style that I would do before, you would draw eyes where you have like circle, and then you have kind of like, this is the eyebrow, and it kind of like or not the eyebrow, it's like the top of the it's the top of the eye. So like you'd have, let me redo this. You have the circle here, and it kind of comes like that. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't do this for these. And then above that, you'd have like the actual eyebrow. Like your eyebrow could go do whatever. I'm curious now, actually, what if, because I've been doing the doll type thing recently. I think it's fun and interesting, and I like it a lot. What if you did that with this? So you have same rounded thing, if I made this a little bit more, if I shape that out a little bit more. You have the same thing, but what if like stitching, right? What if you still have that, but like, could you make it to where it's like the little stitch lines when you make sewing? I wonder, would that look good? That sounds unique to me. That sounds interesting. Kind of want to try it. I need to look at reference of what those look like. I don't know how to draw this though. Kind of like that, maybe? This one doesn't need to come over as much, I don't think. I think I need to pull that back. Okay. Something like that, maybe? But then like, or have it wrap down more? I don't know. Something like that though, and then you take this line and you make it like, I don't know, however you do stitching. You make it stitched across. What do we think of that, chat? I'm not watching. I'm not watching Doki Doki Literature Club. If you do, you'd have to put a load of trigger warnings though. I know nothing about that game, so I will take your word for it. What if the name was Custard? Tubby Custard. What if their name wasn't Tubby Custard though? Alternate point. What? Just here. I know we're talking about the possibilities here, but like, I just like, hear me out. What if not? What if we said that their name wasn't that? Oh man, I guess it has to be Garrett. Wow, they're tortured to the names that we've given them. I mean, at least they don't have to be. I mean, at least their name. At least we're not sticking to the B names. Where early on we named that one character in Minecraft for the one stream that I did of that. We have Blimbo, the little goblin. I loved Blimbo. That's another thing. When I started playing Minecraft again, I found Blimbo again. He showed up out of the blue. It's like he never left. You know? He abandoned me once, but then he felt so bad about it. He came back and he found me. He found me in the dark when I was lost. And it was adorable. And I flipped out. B names work for games only. Ah, okay. I didn't even know my own rules apparently. These are, okay. This is another thing about me for some reason. I don't know why, but these lines you use for the face eventually start to really mess with my design, and I hate how they look. They kind of mess with me a lot. So I usually try to get rid of them very quickly because there's just something about this that's not working for me anymore. Also, I kind of want to move these up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not yet. Because, I mean, mouth needs to go here and nose. We'll see how it looks, but I have a feeling it's going to need to be risen up a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that, actually. But, I mean, where's my lasso? There we go. Let's use my mouse. Let's just lasso the eyes. We'll take this with us too. It's fine. I want to see how this looks if I move this up. I think that's better. I think that looks better. We're gonna redraw that line. So I'm telling you, man, those lines have never helped me. I don't know what they're called, but those lines have never helped me. They're always against me. This looks better though. I like this. I miss Blimbo. I wish I could say the same, but I just saw Blimbo not too long ago, so I don't really miss Blimbo since I have Blimbo. And I'm gonna just draw that for reference for the nose. Something like that. Maybe I'll get rid of this eyebrow a little bit more. We'll see. Let me have it shaped out like this. It gives them such a softer appearance. I like that. I like this being lower, I think. How low? I don't know. How do I want to do this? Oopsies. I'm really focusing hard on this one little detail right now. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you for lurking. Thank you. I think it just needs to flow like this for my sanity's sake. And then we erase this line. And just have it kind of come down like this. There we go. That looks fine. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what my brain's doing right now. I tell you, I get very hyper fixated on certain details, and then I have to like mess around with them for a bit until I get kind of a result that I'm, whoopsies, semi-happy with. I don't know if there's a word for that. I don't know. Here's my thing though. How do we, if I do, I want to look back at other references that I want to look back at my redlining actually from a little bit ago. Let me find that. I want to look at that and look at how I did, how I did certain stuff. Where did I put that? I don't remember. Where did I send that? Oh, here it is. How did I do the stitching for that? I think it would just be more, hold on, let me pull chat back up. I think it would be more just like what I did like for these, where they're kind of sewn in like that. I think if I tried to do it, it would be kind of similar to that. But how to do that on something so small? You know? I'd have to... Maybe not. That might be... That might just kind of obscure detail. I don't know. Well, It's just, I don't know how you would do it with the button right there, I guess, you know? Now, it almost looks like they have, like, little piercings now. I kind of like that. Actually. They got little piercings! That's what it almost looks like, to be honest. A little bit more than what I intended. Like, if I go to here... they're gonna look so cool. They are. Look at that. It's both stitch and piercing. They needed a little bit of patchwork. I like it. They kind of look like staples. They could be staples. It's just, I don't know how else to draw these. Because I'm very bad at doing this. This is my pen. Like, I don't know how to do... That's not my pen, that's my... Oh, I'm selected on, that's why. I was like, what the heck? That's not my pen, I'm erasing. I'm very bad at like, trying to define kind of this, like, almost that area, like, you know that rounded area where it's stitched in? I don't know how to do that, so I feel like that's my main problem. Maybe if I get rid of this, do kind of like round that out a little. They're very big. I think that's another thing. But I do like it. I think it, I'll call it a design decision to look like staples. That's what we'll say. We'll roll with it and say it was intentional, and we won't tell anyone otherwise. I like the chonky eyebrows. I think we'll go for that. So, but how far in to go? I don't know what type of eyebrows I want to... Have you ever seen Coraline? I have, but it's been so long. Why? Is this reminding you of that? Because if so, that is what it reminded me of when I first saw this style that I'm kind of taking inspiration from. And I really liked it. Also, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I really like when the eyebrows kind of come off the face. I think it's nice. Why am I selected on? Wait, what? Oh, I have the wrong color. That's why. I don't know how I got to white. It's a a different shade of red. Who cares? Love Coraline. It's my absolute favorite movie. I feel like I need to rewatch it. Another movie night suggestion. Write it down. It's definitely, I think it's kind of a classic for me. I like it a lot. I've only seen it once though, so I know I've watched some reviews on it though for like the deeper, you know, meaning behind some scenes and stuff, which, you know, that was fun, but haven't really watched a ton of stuff about it in a while. And then I saw that game that Danny recommended me, and the first thought was, oh my god, the art style of this is it's so charming. I like it. I think I keep that type of eyebrow actually for later purposes. Coraline theories are so good. I've been addicted. I have a secret. I was never into, or I shouldn't say never into. I never watched like any like game theory, film theory, any of those videos before. I've never seen them. Not because I didn't want to, but I never thought about it. I have been, honest to God, addicted to watching, like when I don't have anything to do, I've watched so many game theory videos, or film theory more accurately recently. It is a little bit insane. They're just very bite-sized and nice and like entertaining at the very least, you know? It's been a little bit of an addiction when working on stuff, you know? And it's good because I usually can't watch or listen to anything. I like how that turned out better. I'm gonna redo this eyebrow, I think. I don't know what the heck happened. It always takes me a little bit to get the eyebrow that I want, but let's see. Dude, what did happen? I'm very confused about that. Let's just erase this fully and work from scratch on this line. I've watched every FNAF theory video in 2 days. What? 2 days? I watched the ultimate like compilation of all of them, and I can say that I understand FNAF no more than I did going in. I mean, I do, but it's interesting. That's what I will say. It's interesting. FNAF's not for me. That's what I'll say. But I think it has cool concepts. And if people want to be mad at me for that, that's okay. I know that a lot of people really like FNAF stuff. I think it's cool. You know, it's got some cool ideas. It's not my favorite thing ever, but it is cool. I think it's unfortunately a little overdone, that type of thing now. That's a little bit sad. But it's whatever. I love FNAF. I feel like that's where most people stand. There's very few people. It's one of those things where I feel like I've met very few people who are like, just like, it's okay, you know? Yeah, I'm just like a little middle ground about it. I feel like most people are either like diehard fans and they love it, or whoopsies, I didn't mean to do that. I actually kind of liked that. Or they hate it for some reason. I don't hate it, but you know, can't wait for the movie. Okay, here's one thing. I'm gonna say one thing. No, that's the wrong thing. I'm gonna say one thing about the movie from the trailer. I've seen the trailer. One thing that I don't like, actually, to be honest, I don't know how I feel about the glowing red eyes. I feel like that's too much. I feel like that's kind of camp, right? I feel like, honestly, if they were just like these dead, like, you know, normal, and like there was nothing special about it, it was just these dead eyes, like that would make it creepier, right? I don't think the red eyes add anything. I feel like that's just kind of camp, I guess. Like I don't need that to know that they're evil, I guess, you know? Does that make sense? I don't like the red eyes either. Yeah, see, it's just, I don't know how I feel about them. How do I want this nose to work? Maybe something like that. I think something like that. And I get rid of this line. like that. I like that. He's so cute so far. I feel good about those so far. It's taken us a while to get here, chat, but I'm happy with them. I think you look good, or they is more accurate. I think I'll go for something. I haven't drawn a female character in a while, actually, or something leaning towards that. I might do that. Here's the thing. There's so many hair is so hard for me to work with, and this specific style, I've not figured it out yet. I want to give them a good mouth expression though. Let's clean up this. There we go. Whoopsies. There we go. Let me look through my book of mouth. I must look and see where my inspiration is. Because, I mean, yeah, we could just do something simple like, let me switch back to my pen. You could just do like this. But I feel like I need to like look through my options, you know? Give them something fitting or interesting. I don't know. It's just like open mouth expressions can be kind of a weird place. So, I don't know. I strike them as more of a slightly serious character, but maybe not. Maybe they're really silly. Where's my list of mouth? There. This book, I'm telling you, this book has a lot of references that I constantly look at. I'm like, I don't know what I want to do for this. Let me just look at my reference book and see what that gives me. I've never drawn this before. Honest to God, I can say with a 100% guarantee, I've never drawn just oh. I don't think I'll ever do that one. I'm thinking serious. I'm thinking like, I don't know, maybe smile though. They would look very nice actually with a smile if we did something, you know, like if I just rough out the shape. You know. They would look nice with a smile. I think so, honestly. Unlurk, welcome back. I can only do floofy hair. I love your floofy hair, though. I adore the floofy hairstyle. It's one of my faves, honestly. I'm stealing it from you at some point. I want that hair for your OC. I love it so much. I'm obsessed. I need to know how to draw that because that style is so mwah, chef's kiss. How was your lurk, though? I hope it was good. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Oopsies. I keep hitting the same wrong button. But see, here's the thing. I'm just using this as reference. That's a terrible smile, and we wouldn't run with that. But she would look really sweet with a smile. It makes her much nicer looking than if she had no smile. I don't know, chat. What do you peg her as emotion-wise? What are you feeling? Is she big shad or is she I'm okay. One of my grippers hurts bad. I'm sorry. I'm actually surprised that my hands aren't hurting. I think it's simply due to the fact that I've gotten better at drawing. Their pronouns are she, her. I think I'm gonna do she, her. I haven't done a she, her in a bit as far as drawing goes, but we can go like she, they. Let's do she, they. I like that better. She, they. I think that's good. Or she, them. Sorry. I think that's... but I don't know what mouth. I don't know what mouth to go for. Alright? Do... Is sad, neutral... I do kind of peg them as neutral, honestly, a lot of the time. I haven't done it. Wow, stitched. Ooh, stitched is an idea. That looks kind of scary though. Like if I was just to do like this real quick and then like stitch it shut. That looks so. I don't know about that one. Just like a I don't know about that one. I mean, I can't. It does. It has more of a horror kind of vibe to it, I think. Chat, I don't know. It makes it a lot scarier when it's stitched, I think. I'm not sure entirely, but this makes it a little bit more creepy-esque, right? Am I wrong? Am I the only one that feels that? Other YV. Other YV! Oh, no. Yeah. God. Ah! I think it's creepier with like a stitched smile, right? Like if it rounded out the end here, if it rounded out into a smile somehow, and then you made it like you stitched it up into a smile, I think that's so much worse. Ah! Are we going with stitched mouth? Is that what we're feeling today for them? I don't know. Dude. Oh, good. Chat, they're kind of creeping me out now. Stitched mouth. I don't know what it is about that. That makes it very horror. Yeah, stitched mouth. I don't think it looks good. I don't think I've done it justice. I think I'd have to redo it. God, that looks very creepy and ominous though. I will say that much. Let me erase that. Let me get rid of that. I'm gonna be honest. I should make a drawing of myself in this style. I would love that. I would love to have buttons for eyes, chat. Give me some colorful, but like, look, hold on. Let me just show you. All right. I'm gonna drop a color, not hair, not oil. If I look, hold on. I don't know why I'm doing this on the same layer. Jesus Christ, that was almost awful. I want colorful buttons for eyes too. Look how nice. All right, that would be, because the buttons are the eye color, you know? Whatever color these are, that's the eyes. It's just, it looks good. I want that. You know? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who wants the buttons for eyes. I think it'd be cute. New model. Doll form. It's like the right amount of cute and creepy all at once, which I think is fitting for me. You know, we have a blood toggle. I go full yandere for that. I just want to fill this in. I don't know why. It's very satisfying. Just to drop a base like color down. This is satisfying to me. I like it. Anyway, you could always make the mouth longer and then put the stitches only on the edges of the mouth, like they did it themselves, because it didn't look like they had a big mouth. Yeah, then it almost looks like piercings, chat. You're right. This is a brilliant idea. Let's go back to our red. So like, I still don't know what I want for the... I still don't know what I want for the expression though. I'm always bad at mouths, I think, honestly. It's like the one thing that I don't enjoy drawing. I don't think I ever do them great. I'll do this. Okay, I need to stop being so stubborn and make this smaller. That's so much easier to work with. Do something like that. Maybe something like that. I don't know. We're building this character together, all right? It's like going to Build-A-Bear, but we're building a character. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going pretty well, though, all things considered. Yeah. Also, one thing that's going to irk me that I want to fill in real quick, which we can pull out our freaking amazing shading pencil for this. Pen, boom, this. I can just fill this in. I don't want it to be that dark, actually. I want to do it lightly. There we go. These are, I need to do these real quick. I almost forgot because I was doing all the other details. Because how I do the eyebrows is different. Because I want to split them. I like that look. So basically taking, oh, we're still on the side. I've done an awful thing. I forgot that I'm on the second layer. It's fine. It's fine. Let's redo it. I mean, the mouth's going to be on the second layer, but we can deal. It's whatever. We don't need it to be on the same layer. Psh, nonsense. Why do I need this sketch to be all on the same layer anyway? What if I want to split it all into pieces? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this like down. I might get a bigger eraser for this. We'll see. Maybe not. I want to split it down like this though and chop it into kind of like pieces. That's still the shading brush. I need the construction pencil. And then you can kind of like wrap it like this. And I like that look. I think that looks interesting. I like that. And I did mess around with also adding like a kind of like a stitching in between the lines, like in between the eyebrows, like those little gaps. But I don't know that I figured out a way to make that look good. But I'm sure I could at some point. But I like how that looks anyway, so it's fine. It's visually interesting to me. I don't really have a good reason for doing it. I just like it. I don't. There we go. You split it into 3 parts. Have you ever tried drawing like candy gore? What do you mean? Because probably not. Based off the fact that I don't know what that is, probably not. But maybe I've unconsciously drawn it. I don't know. Yeah, like that. I like that. I'd do a big stretch. How long have I even been streaming now? Oh my god, chat, we're almost at the 3-hour mark. Ugh, it's crazy. Candy gore. Yeah, I've never heard of that. What is that? I'm curious. That just kind of makes me think of Adventure Time with the candy people or whatever. That's the first thing that comes to mind when you say that. I'm thinking of like a really kind of like messed up universe of that. I don't know why I was messing with that. What else? At this point, I feel like you'd need to, if I go back to our eraser and I kind of finish getting rid of this line. At this point, we're onto the hair. Like sketching out the hair. But I freaking hate sketching hair. Okay, so like over the top gore, but it's usually colorful and sometimes not like human. Oh. I think I've seen that now that you mention it. I feel like that sounds familiar to me. If someone was cut in half, it would be something like there on the inside, like orange or something. Interesting. No, I've never seen that. I think that fits his style, though. I mean, it's also like, I'm sure that would fit this pretty well, honestly. I'm wondering now if this whoops, why am I, oh, because I'm on, I see. It's like, why am I keep erasing when I'm not I feel like maybe I need to do something like this. Sorry, I just want to kind of refine this a little bit. I don't like that it looks like there's a gap there. There we go. Okay. Hair. I hate drawing hair. It is the bane of my existence. Let's move up. I forgot we can't. Because of this stupid thing. But here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna erase all of this, and then we're just gonna combine those layers, so that we have the sketch thus far on the same layer. All right. Now let's move this down. Oh God, chat. I don't know. I have no hairstyle in mind, honestly. And the thing that is bad for me, honestly, here, okay, so in the thing that I'm actually curious. In the thing that I was taking inspiration from, obviously, the hair is made of like strands that are, what are they called? Like what you would sew into dolls and stuff like that. Same with, you know, like, it's not felt. I don't know what you'd call it. That's string. It's like string, right? So the hair is made of string, which means that like if you take the piece of string and you draw that, like drawing hair is hard enough. So drawing string hair is very daunting to me, because then you have to like draw every individual piece of hair, and then also do like kind of this where you have like all the little like stringy kind of bits and stuff like that to it. It's every time I look at it, it's so impressive to me that they ever get any character hairstyle done when it's ever like really big or poofy or like over the top or whatever. But I don't know. A part of me is curious as to, then it would feel very Coraline-esque, honestly, to have just normal, like if you had just normal hair, you know, like how I draw a normal, like, I don't know, it's just like make a bang or something, like where you just do kind of something akin to like that. It would look very interesting to me. And maybe we roll with that. Is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? Chad, do you have any? I want to know your opinions, fellow better artists than me out there. What do you think? Yarn. That would be, hold on. We're gonna take some time to, yarn. I want to look at what yarn is, because I don't know what yarn looks like. I know what it is, but yes, yarn, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yarn. Their hair is made out of yarn, but how do you draw? I want to see, how do you draw that? How do you draw hair that looks like yarn and have it not look awful if you're doing like drawing just yarn in general, just drawing yarn. I want to see, what do you do? It looks so difficult to me for some reason, chat. I don't know. Like pigtails, it's not a bad idea. It's not an awful idea, but the yarn is cooler, is what I'm gathering from that statement. You know, Ryan, that wouldn't be awful, but you should definitely learn the other way. Picture each yarn piece as a strand of hair, pretty much. Oh my god, but then, see, here's my thing. That is a smart idea. Basically, you could fill out, that's a smart idea, filling out the hair, drawing the, basically at that point it'd be, you draw the normal, like I would be drawing like how I normally draw hair. And then, like you said, going back and like, I guess making it yarn. It's gonna be interesting. Let's erase this. Exactly. Oh my god. Exactly. Okay, well now I just have to now I gotta do the heavy lifting of figuring out what actually like hairstyle I want to give them. I don't know. Pigtails. I saw pigtails. I don't know if I'd be good at drawing pigtails. There's probably a brush for that, right? Probably. Let me see if it's one of the brushes that I got. Where are my effects brushes? I don't remember. Wait, let's make this really big. God. It's rope. But if you it's rope, but it is similar, and with refinement you could probably make it. God, that makes me mad. That makes me upset. I'm angry. Damn it. If only I had known. This makes life kind of easier. What if I did draw with this for the hair to establish it? Or maybe like, okay, let me just test something. If I was to draw, we'll do this. If I was to draw just like, I don't know, a strand of, we'll just do the, we'll do a basic shape. We're not going to do a hair because hair is hard for me and it takes a little bit for me to like kind of get the feel of it. So we'll do just like a shape like this. You got a triangle. We got our pizza slice, right? And if I was to take this and try to fill in the pizza slice, how would that work? And at what point, how big does this need to be for it to actually be visible? Like the pattern or texture. I feel like 50 is kind of a happy medium, right? I feel like 50 is a good medium because then you can still kind of see the bumps and grooves, and I think that like this might be too big, but you could obviously alternate between the two based on what maybe you're drawing. I don't know. Can you sketch with this at all? Is this is kind of just one, this is just kind of one consistency, I would say. There's not really like a lighter version of that. So how would it look to just like take this? See, I'm scared that the pattern will get lost if you do it. Like here's an idea how to test that. Let's do one lighter one. It's way lighter. I don't know. This almost looks like Twizzlers now. I'm scared that the shape will get lost. Like if I just like layer this over itself, you know, I feel like it'll kind of lose the, and maybe not. I mean, it's still, what do you think, chat? I mean, this isn't how hair would, this is not how hair would work, but just to like show this. Fuck is a Twizzler? Licorice. It's a stick of licorice, but it's like a specific brand. So it's what I grew up with. It's what I knew as a kid. See, if you do too many, I feel like that spacing is almost key. Yeah. Don't know what a Twizzler is. Yes, for once I can actually, we can make fun of, you don't know what a Twizzler is? Oh my god. That's crazy. Doesn't feel good, does it, huh? Doesn't feel good to be on the opposite end. I don't know, chat. I don't know. What do you think, chat? These Brits, am I right, aren't? Yeah, yeah. He's no, I'm just kidding. I think you should use a base color then layer it. It should be okay. So let's try it then. If we go all the way back and let's just like sketch a shape. I just want to see. Let's take, I don't know. Let's do an actual hair color. Let's take like dark brown and then like just generally let's just make a I'm almost tempted just to make a box, but it's probably not gonna work. I know this is not how this is supposed to be used, but it's fine. I'm losing my touch right now. Okay, let's do this. And then we'll just cut this off here. And we'll just kind of we're gonna shade it in a little bit just to see. I'm just testing things right now. This flow is really nice. Also, this just feels good to use. I'll have to use that more often in the future. Okay. And then if I then took like a lighter color, I'm thinking you layer up maybe like a lighter kind of tone. Wait, whoa, hold on. Have we discovered something? Has Rilla shown us the path? If we do. Rilla Big Green. Maybe. Maybe so. I think that actually has potential. We'll have to see. I mean, that doesn't look awful to me. I mean, like, that's not a hair shape really to me, to be honest. I mean, well, maybe, obviously, depending on like if you have like other things layered below it and stuff. Like if you had something down here. Actually, I'm curious. You can technically do this. I'm almost tempted to see. What does it look like when you're not doing strands? What if I just like did this? What does that look like? I don't think that's the way. Maybe though. Like if I do it very purposefully, maybe that is the way. Actually, okay, here's my thought. Here's my thought. I think that if we do this, like for certain parts in the back of the hair, you know, like not at the front, like at the front for like bangs and stuff like that, you could do like individual strands. But for like when filling in like a part of the back, I think you could easily get away with like kind of doing something like this. You know what I mean? I think that's valid. You know, because to me that looks actually not bad, honestly. Like if that was filling in something else, you know, and there was something else going on down here, I think that wouldn't be bad. I don't know. Okay, I gotta go. Love Island is on and my mother's harassing me for the drama. Bye, y'all. Have a good stream. Bye, Rilla. That's actually perfect timing because I think we're gonna leave this here and I might work on it more, but I am starving and I have some other stuff that I need to go do as well and some VOD stuff I gotta go upload. So it's kind of abrupt, but we're gonna end stream here because we've been doing it for a little bit longer than I intended, actually. So that's fine though. So we are gonna do a raid real quick. Yeah, we're gonna do a raid. I hope you enjoyed though. Sorry that we're having slightly abrupt end of stream. Thank you for stream. Thank you for coming to stream. Let me switch off with this. Time completely got away from me, but I appreciate you guys coming to stream. Thank you for stream. Thank you. I hope that you had fun. At the very least. I feel like I'm a little bit rusty. It'll take me a little bit to get back into streaming stuff, I guess. I don't know. Oh no, it's done. Wait, hold on real quick. I'll show you what we worked on, and then we're gonna go raid. This is where we got so far, links, as a quick thing. We were testing hair stuff, so I'll probably work on this later, and I'll put it in the Discord, how it kind of comes along. So, but yeah, I hope that you had fun. I should say that. I hope you had fun. I hope that you've enjoyed your week. Sorry if I was a little bit off today. Obviously, I'm still trying to kind of work my way back into it. So hopefully stream was good and you enjoyed. I'm a little self-conscious about it because yeah, I don't know. It's almost weird to be back. So I hope you had fun. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. We're gonna go raid. Probably Shizu, honestly. Shizu's playing Cyberpunk. They're really sweet. I like them. So we're gonna go raid them. Yeah, I hope that you have a good rest of your night. I hope that I see you tomorrow. I hope you had fun. I hope that the stream was good for you. And like I said, still working my way back into things after being on vacation for a bit. So hopefully, hopefully I get the hang of it again. It's going to be a little bit interesting. So, but thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you have a good rest of your week if you can't show up to the rest of the streams. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And I will see you all around. So have a good rest of your night. Bye bye. Have sweet dreams. Hold on. I gotta get rid of something. Okay, bye.